888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
You know, maybe they can go pee on each other. That'd be great.
Hahn.
There's a lot of women out there that want you, Alan.
And Rosenberg.
Give me the porn, for God's sake. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
301 in the big city, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. It was great to see some of the K family today. That was
75%.
Great. 75% of the K family was in studio.
I can't believe
Sans
Charlie.
Callie.
Can't believe how grown Charlie is. I know it happened so fast.
And he's older than Marco.
He's what? He's 2-3 years older?
I think
2 years older, right?
He's 10 or 11. I think he might be 3 years older, 2.5 years older, something like that. But you miss out, Alan, because you're at the Garden tonight for Knicks Pacers, but we got to see 75% of the K family.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed out on that, but I heard he's going to be in all week, so I'm looking forward to seeing him tomorrow.
Wait, so he's in all week
All
now?
week?
They're
having a little, staycation here.
It's like Home Alone 2. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
We give him Plaza vibes. Maybe they're staying with Trump. We don't know.
Hey, Trump was in Home
Alone 2.
2.
That's right. Yeah, sure.
So that's going on.
Allen's geared up for a big old Knickerbocker basketball game tonight.
Well, we got lots to get to today. The Mets announced that there's the possibility that Francisco Lindor may need surgery.
Saw that.
Hamate bone, which we've learned over the last decade or so, is a hand injury. And if he has surgery, it could be out 4 to 6 weeks. And listen, that spring training hasn't even started yet. Tomorrow's pitchers and catchers, so he'll be ready for the start of the season. But you hope that everything goes well. And also, Soto's going to play left field. So that was announced today. So we got a little baseball going as the weather's starting to get a little bit warmer. Knicks Pacers tonight. Chance to see the Knicks at home after a tough game in Detroit on Friday and then the big win in Boston on Super Bowl Sunday. So we got that. We've got to talk about it Tuesday at 4:30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got some things to talk about.
But where I wanted to kind of jump to, as we still have football in the air. Now, it wasn't great football, but it was still a Super Bowl, and the champion was crowned. I was listening to the show this morning. When I say the show, I mean DiPietro Rothenberg.
Right.
And they play a game called Cuddle, Marry, Trash. Are you familiar with it, Alan?
Yes.
Sure. We've all heard of it.
And so Cuddle, Marry, Trash, the team that's going to win the next championship. And it was Knicks, Yankees, Giants. And Dave said Giants. And he kind of got ripped by the rest of the show. What are you talking about? The Knicks went to the conference final last year. Yankees were in the World Series just 2 years ago. But he's expecting a championship in the next 5 years. And, guys, that makes sense. Right? Well,
I don't think it's crazy.
Why are we excited about John Harbaugh if not because the Giants have a chance to win?
Yeah.
If you think Jackson Dart is the next franchise quarterback, if you've got the quarterback and the coach, then I think you'd be red hot if we fast forward 5 years from now.
Like, what are you doing?
And they don't win.
You got the best coach available. You got a coach with a resume. You got a coach that has a ring on his finger. You got a coach that's done nothing but win. And you have a young quarterback that everybody's excited about. You can't ask anybody in the league about Jackson Dart without getting anything positive. Like, all you'll get is positives. So, of course, it's all there for the Giants. And the best part is it's an organization that you trust has done it before. Like, they know what – like, with all the issues they've had, the one thing we know is that the Giants do know how to win. That's been in their DNA. So I don't think it's crazy. Now, to put the Giants ahead of the Yankees, I don't know if I would do that. But I don't think it's crazy to think that if you can say the next 5 years I expect them to be in a Super Bowl, that's not crazy either.
It's not crazy. And because John Harbaugh is 63 years old.
Yeah.
So if you fast forward 5 years from now, he's 68, and he decides, you know what, I'm 68 years old, I'm going to retire.
Right.
If he retires as head coach of the Giants and they hadn't won, Now, if they'd gone to a couple of Super Bowls and lost the Super Bowl the year he retired, and then they win the Super Bowl the year after he leaves, and then we can reassess. But, if at 68 years old he decides, I'm done with football and the Giants don't have another ring. Because you said something really interesting. If this is Cleveland, if this is the Jets, no offense, you're like, well, those teams never win.
Yeah, not taken.
As embarrassing as the Giants have been for pretty much the last decade, they do occasionally get it right.
You believe they're a team that can win.
They do eventually go, I don't know how many rotations of the earth it takes or whatever, but at some point,
they trip into one.
You get the 86 and 90 run, go to the Super Bowl in 2000, 2007, 2011. They do seem to, like every decade, eventually kind of get right. And so now it feels like they got it right. They got the quarterback. They've got the head coach. And now we'll see if they can get it right. This was the conversation Rick and Dave had this morning. Will the Giants win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years?
5 years is a long time.
When was the last time you won a Super Bowl, though?
In 2012.
15.
It's 2026 now, right?
Yeah, but I've been dysfunctional. I think the dysfunction is gone.
Okay. Right, the dysfunction's gone, but you still have to, you still are pieces away from being that kind of team.
They are. I think we have to see what they're going to do in free agency, and then there's going to be obviously a draft, and they have the 5th pick, and they have a quarterback who's heading in the right direction. I think there's a lot of reason for positivity with this organization now.
Yeah, where I disagree with Rick is that, there's a lot of holes to fill. It shouldn't take 5 years to fill them.
No. And you got the most important one, Don. If you told me, if you told me that you still don't have the quarterback, if you had the Jets quarterback situation, but you had John Harbaugh and you had the Giants, I'd say, well, 5 years is tough because you just still – who's the quarterback?
Right.
But you have a guy you believe in as quarterback. In fact, that offense has a lot of young talent, and you have an all-world left tackle. What are you missing on the offense that would tell you there's still more work to be done? Well, so to me, it's just, can they get the secondary right? They got can they get defensive coaching right? But my God, how could you not look at the Giants and think they could be competitive as the Eagles get older? As the Cowboys are always the Cowboys. The Commanders have a good young quarterback. You got to see what happens there. But in your division, there's always going to be those ebbs and flows. I don't know why it's preposterous to think that within 5 years the Giants could be one of the elite teams in the league.
I don't think it's preposterous. Right? They could be. The
elements are there, Peter.
Some elements are there. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm going to keep beating this drum till I'm wrong. But the quarterback still, a lot remains to be seen. I maintain that, and that's the biggest piece. So the biggest piece of the whole thing, or at least tied for the biggest piece, you can argue it's coach. I argue it's quarterback. The biggest piece is still it's trending the right way. But far from we know. We don't even know about Drake May. You don't know about anyone. It takes so long to know. But I guess the part that has me miffed here is Dave Rothenberg. I have a text from him in January.
Not that long ago.
The Giants are losers, period. I have audio. Then when's this from? December? Play the audio of Dave Rothenberg.
I'm sick and tired of everybody on this team. All of them. Jackson Dart, Abdul Carter, the coaches, all of them. Everybody.
That's a fan.
Now, this is pre-Harbaugh.
He's just being a fan.
But Harbaugh changed everything. So now we can win a championship.
Well, let me ask you this. How many wins did the Giants have last year?
4? I don't know.
4.
Yeah, 4.
They get John Harbaugh. Make no real other changes except, the ancillary changes with the coordinator stuff. But really, John Harbaugh. Vegas is over-under for the Giants is 8.5.
Yeah.
They're saying that John Harbaugh, at minimum, is worth 4 wins. So that's a major, major piece to land is the head coach. And we saw what happened in Chicago. You get the coach, all of a sudden Caleb Williams, he's starting to figure it out.
That's
Drake
true.
May almost wins an MVP. Why? Because they didn't get another coach there. Now, these aren't necessarily all offensive guys. Vrabel's not an offensive guy, but it's a competent coach. What Vegas is telling you is the Giants basically didn't have coaching. Mm-hmm. And now have coaching. That's going to help Jackson Dart.
For sure.
Even though Harbaugh's a defensive guy, just having competent coaching with the Giants haven't had since Tom Coughlin. have them in the conversation.
Saying the Giants are closer to a championship than the Knicks at this moment is folly. At this moment, that is folly.
What you're saying is the Knicks never win.
That's what the argument's saying.
Yeah,
he's only saying the Knicks won't win because they're the Knicks. Otherwise, there's no argument to be made.
What you're saying is, the Yankees haven't won since 2009.
That's the one I would push back on, though, Don. Like, see, Peter's saying that with the Knicks, that's the part because, like I said, there's no evidence of them doing it in modern history, right? So that's the problem. Is something always happens, whether it was the injuries 2 years ago, like last year they just ran out of gas. Carmelo's year, guys got hurt. Patrick's year is always something. The Yankees always find a way. And the World Series 2 years ago, okay, they were outclassed. But they're there. Like, they get there. They're as good as anybody in the league. And they have a good team. They are going to have good – like, there's every reason to believe the Yankees would be power ranked number one of teams you'd expect to win the next championship in New York. Until further notice, no one else goes above them.
If I played Cuddle, Marry, Trash, we'll play right now.
All right, let's do it.
I would have the Yankees as the team I'd marry.
Marry. Who do you cuddle?
I probably would cuddle the Giants and trash the Knicks only because. All
right.
The history.
Yep.
And the fact that there are clearly better teams than the Knicks out west. Like, you've got to get through the Thunder. All right? The Yankees have to get through the Dodgers. I get it. But baseball's got, a little bit more of a history of parity. Mm-hmm. Even though the NBA's got parity now more than they've ever had, is it to the level of baseball where it seems like you just throw a hat, pull a number out of a hat who's going to be in the World Series each year, right? We've had, 5 different teams over the last 3 years in the World Series. We've got, who's going to go? It's crazy football, right? Who's the team to beat now? We just had the conversation. We don't think either of these teams are going to go back to the Super Bowl next year. So we're expecting new teams. Yeah. It was the Eagles and the Chiefs. Then it's the Patriots and the Seahawks. Next year it might be 2 other teams. So why not the Giants in a couple of years? There isn't that, we got to get over that team in order to be able to win, where the Knicks clearly have OKC. That's a problem.
Sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll remind
the Yankees
everyone.
have the Dodgers. That's a problem.
Right.
So that's why you might elevate the Giants a little bit more. But no, there's no scenario where I'd have the Giants as the best chance to win the next championship.
I just feel like to just go with the Yankees is lazy.
Lazy?
It's the kind of thing, Don. It's sort of like Don's argument about when people just say the Jets are going to lose because they're the Jets. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're basing it on the Yankees are the most likely to win because they're the Yankees. The Knicks are the least likely because they're the Knicks.
Well, wait a minute.
But it's not really looking at the landscape completely fair. The Knicks are currently sitting in a conference where the team that would be better than them is definitively compromised. The Knicks could arguably be the favorite in the East right now, coming out of the conference, as we're speaking. Why would they not be the most likely, except for the fact that we just think they're the Knicks, they won't win?
Well, I'll to be fair, though, we're not saying the Yankees just because they're the Yankees. We're saying the Yankees because looking at their roster, they have one of the most talented teams in the sport.
Right. And they just went to the World Series.
Honestly. And they by the way, and the team that went to the World Series, they finished with the same amount of wins as them last year. Their bad year is barely getting to low 90s. That's a bad year for the Yankees. So I don't think it's just based on the fact. We're not doing this based off reputation, although reputation I do think does enter in when we're doing arbitrary. What are we doing here? We're just we're not making any definitive statements. We're just basing it off what's your opinion. And I would put into my opinion the fact that the Yankees have a really good roster. We know they're always going to be there every year. And I've seen them win before, so it gives me confidence to put them ahead of the Knicks, because the Knicks, that's the thing that still hangs over them. It's really why when they were the favorites going in the East going into the season, there was a lot of skepticism to it. And then as they had a an outstanding start to the year. They went through an 11-game slide. And how fast did everybody just completely write them off? They've now won 9 of their last 10. So they went 9 losses over 11, written off. They've won 9 in the next 10, and people still are skeptical.
Yeah. And
see what I mean?
But I understand what you're saying, lazy, Peter, but you have to also factor in Mike Brown. There's a lot of Knicks fans who are like, I didn't want to get rid of Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Brown hasn't won anything to make me believe that, they're going to win a championship all of a sudden. Yankee fans hate Aaron Boone. They think Aaron Boone's the reason why they don't win outside of Brian Cashman. Right. Every Giant fan thought John Harbaugh. Well, listen, Harbaugh's only won 1 Super Bowl. But he's won a Super Bowl fairly recently. So it's all of that. That's why I think the Giants get elevated, because when you look at the Knicks and the Yankees, it's like, well, listen, the Yankees are always good, but they've been always good since 2009.
Right.
And they've only gotten to 1 World Series in that span. They seem to always kind of have the problem. So, and listen, if we had this conversation 2 years ago, we're talking about the Rangers, right? Where they were in the conference final.
It's funny. They'd be in the conversation too, Don. You're right.
Right, they'd be in the conversation. Now they're not, because sometimes knocking on the door makes you believe less. And you have been able to knock it down. You almost want to start fresh. The Giants are starting fresh. New coach, new quarterback.
And let me throw a team in that we won't talk about, but you have every reason to make the case for if you're gonna say over the next 5 years.
I know what you're gonna say.
There's only one.
Well, the New York Islanders.
That's right.
They have a goalie, which is all you need most of the time, right? He's one of the best in the league, Sorokin. They have a defenseman who's going to be one of the best players in the sport in short order. It's coming. He's that good, this kid, Matthew Schaefer. They have a GM that's aggressive, that comes from a place where they won cups in Tampa. He knows how to build a championship roster. If you give them a couple of years, is it out of the question to think they could be one of the best teams in the league? It's not. They have pieces to do. When you have one of the best players in the league and one of the best goalies in the league, you generally will have a run and a chance to be one of the best teams in the league. So that's a team we won't bring up yet because it's too early to bring them up, but they could enter this conversation sooner rather than later.
So we got to reinvent a different game. So it's got to be cuddle, marry, trash, cheat with. And then we had the 4th one, and would the Islanders be the cheat with?
I like that side piece.
I was going to go there. I just don't know if you're allowed to.
Side piece?
Side piece?
Okay. Listen, I don't know.
You think that could be a possible? No, you don't believe a world without an actual violation.
Here you go, Don. It's cuddle, marry, guma, trash.
Yeah. No, if you guys are comfortable with it, I'm fine with it.
I think it'd be more fun.
I don't know what gets dumped and what doesn't get dumped.
I'm offended that the game's even called cuddle, marry, trash. So it's so
because you know what it really is.
Well, but why couldn't we call it bleep, marry, kill?
Because it's not right.
But instead it feels like we're playing
but think about it.
It's the G-rated
version. We're bleeping out the F word, right?
Right.
But it's okay to say kill.
They're saying trash.
But that's why they even changed that.
Right, they even trashed kill.
They even trashed kill.
Because that's not right.
We have a feature called the bleep you miss now. I think we probably could get away with blank, marry, kill.
Yeah, blank, marry.
Blank, marry, kill.
Or trash if you want. If you're still not comfortable with the kill.
Listen,
what if you did what if you did it with notorious figures in the world, like somebody who's been married forever, like an actor who's been married forever, an actor who is notorious for cheating, and like OJ.
Right, and
then we'd probably get.
All right, but if you want to play the game, blank, marry, kill, side piece.
Right. In the city, you're saying with all the teams.
All right, so if you were going to play that game, are the Islanders your side piece?
They're my side piece.
I might make the Mets my side piece.
You know what?
Mets.
Now we got to go 5 deep.
I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen
All
with
right,
this team.
So, blank, marry, kill, side piece. You up?
No. Why do you need
That's the
another
fifth one? We got 5 now.
What's the 5th one? The 5th one, I don't know.
Slide into DMs.
I don't need a 5th one.
Don't call back.
I think you don't think you can make. You don't think there's any Mets argument to be made?
Yes,
I think there is.
There's a Mets argument to be made.
Why not?
If there's an Islander argument,
you know what,
to be made,
Don,
there's a Met argument.
Talking to my mother this morning, Michelle, the biggest Met fan I know.
Right.
And she started out, because she was going on about her Rangers, And then I said, well, baseball season's coming. You got your Mets. And she's like, I don't know what to know. I don't know what to think of them because, there's so many changes. I don't know some of these players. And I said to her, I said, you know what? I think by May you'll be telling me how much you love this team. That's what I think.
I think,
I think a lot of fans, because the name brands, the people they know that left, it was heartbreaking. You're going to miss Nimmo and his hustle. Obviously, Pete was somebody that everybody just loved because of who he was, and he was kind of goofy, and he can home runs. But the team they assembled is going to look dramatically different. And at first, it's going to be different. But I think the way they play is going to bring in a lot of people. I think people will be happy about this Mets
Because
team.
you know what the Mets did? The Mets did what the Rangers didn't do, the Yankees didn't do. They didn't run it back.
Right.
They lost 80. They won 83 games and said, we've got to make major changes. And they went out and made major changes.
Major changes, yeah.
So,
stylistic changes.
So that's that. I think that's good on them. We'll see. But we're having some fun with this. 1-800-919-3776. We got some David Stearns. He had a couple of announcements to make on the health of Francisco Lindor. May need surgery on his hand. Also the fact that Soto's going to play left field. Don't think it's a big deal. He's not a great defender anyway. So whether he's left or right, it's not going to make that big of a difference as far as his defense is going to be concerned. We've got Talk About It Tuesday coming up at 4:30. ENN at 6. We got a full vehicle today, boys.
Right?
Yes, we
Hope
do.
you're ready. We're taking you right until 7
List.
o'clock.
Can't wait for tomorrow's list, man.
I'm working on it, man.
I know. I heard it in the meeting.
It is
It is
created.
special. I almost want. I don't know, Peter. Do you not want to be involved in it just because I want to see if Don's ready to just put it on the table and dare people to criticize him?
I'm going to tell you something. This list that I'm going to do tomorrow at 4:30.
Or should we do it as a team?
Is going to get me in a lot of trouble. People are going to hate me.
See,
and what I'm trying to do is impossible. It is
right down there on the table.
And I'm going to tell you, because normally I keep it a surprise. There's no reason to keep it a surprise because that's how outrageous it is. The top 5 rock songs of all time.
Outrageous.
And I am going to try to do it. This is like lifting Mount Everest.
Laying it on the table.
That's a big one.
So you don't want,
Here, this
because
is what
I'm
I'm doing.
thinking.
Slapping
That's it. Just drop it. But I'm thinking, Don, I don't think you need to do this alone. I think you need, like, all of us, bulletproof.
Support.
All of us together. So if they kill one, they kill all.
You want to work on this together? You want to curate this
We got
together?
24 hours. What do you think? Say yes or no. It's your list. You could say, no, this is my list.
Well, there's 2 ways we can do it. Well, there's 3 ways we can do it. I just do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
We all contribute to a list, or we all be bold. We all attempt
Make our own?
to lift that Mount Everest, and
Oh,
each of
Lord.
us come up with our top 5.
Wow.
And see if we even share
Ooh,
anything in common.
That's kind of fun.
Now, listen, you got a 1-year-old at home. Is she feeling better? Is everybody getting better at home?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm probably now the worst of the 3 of us, and I'm okay. So, I went into my other job today, too. I'm moving around.
And Alan's got Knicks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 5 rock and roll songs isn't that hard for me to sit and throw a shot at, See where I land.
Listen,
I'll be up all night.
It's easy to write things down, but just get ready. Because people take this very personal.
Yes.
I'm excited about this.
All right. We'll talk more about this.
All right.
But we've got to get through today first. And we're going to do it all here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right.
You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner.
If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Nassau County. Not moving much on the Southern State eastbound. Crash over by Eagle Avenue. Delays are starting to back up into Valley Stream. Another accident on the Cross Island southbound right after Hempstead Turnpike. Bumper-to-bumper ride heading over to the UBS Arena from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens on down. Best of it's the outbound George Westside Highway in Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound slam from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Still have some afternoon road work on the upper deck. Inbound George, no big delays for both the upper and lower levels. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnel's about a 5 to 10 minute ride. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates of third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
It's crazy. We always ask these questions, right? Like, who's closest to a championship? Because we got 9 teams, right? Not to put any shade on the WNBA or MLS or whatever, but of the 4 major sports, there are 9 teams. You would think that we'd be doing a lot better than we are, but we can legitimately bring 5 teams into the conversation, right? Like, I don't think the Islanders are winning a championship this year, but could they be playing in the conference final of the East? Yes. With Sorokin, if Horvat gets hot, things break right, they could be playing.
I'll tell you what,
Tampa in the conference final, right? Because they would have right now.
They would have had to have knocked out Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now they're in third place, so they play Pittsburgh in the first round. Tell me they can't beat Pittsburgh. They absolutely could.
If they didn't lose Palmieri, I'd feel better. I'd feel even more about it.
And then you take on Carolina, and let's face it, Carolina's a beast, but we've seen them in the second round fizzle out in the postseason. Now you're all of a sudden playing Tampa in the conference final. Now, I don't think they'd beat Colorado in the Stanley Cup final, but the NHL is all about upsets, right? It's all about President's Trophy teams getting bounced in the first round. So the Islanders, to me, are certainly in the conversation. But they've got the same history, right? Like, they don't win. They've made runs a couple, the back-to-back years they went to the third round, but they haven't won since 1983. Knicks 73.
Yep.
For the Yankees, 2009 feels like 1909, right? Because they're supposed to win more often.
The Giants are the most recent.
The Giants are the most recent.
Yeah.
So that brings it kind of into the conversation. It's interesting. But I remind everybody, we could have had this conversation. And the Mets, the Mets are a team that not that long ago went to Game 6 of the League Championship Series. They were in the Final Four. Now, they've kind of blown that team up, but not at the expense of mailing in this year or rebuilding. They reimagined the team on the fly with the intention of competing for a championship this year. Right? Now, will they? I mean, the Phillies are still very good. I think the Braves are going to bounce back from an injury-plagued year. The Dodgers are in their league. The Padres are in their league.
Don't you think, Don, that baseball's the one sport that I think there's too many variables. If you have a roster that could be considered within the top 10, 5, whatever you want to say, if you think your team roster-wise, you have a chance. All health, right? Like, there's all those little things that variables throughout a season, but that's why you have to say that you can't say no, because when you have that kind of talent, there's a chance in baseball if the pitching comes through and you just look, the Mets got on a run 2 years ago. They started out the season, they were awful. But they got hot, they got on a run, and they did some things that no one expected. I think that's why it's different with baseball. It's not like some of these other sports where, well, if you don't have a superstar, if you don't have a great quarterback, if you don't have a great goalie, you have no chance. You can't say that in baseball.
No. And for whatever reason, even though the season's long, sometimes seasons get lost. Look at the Braves last year. Who had that on their bingo card? They were just going to be out of it. Nothing ever clicked. It just didn't happen for them. And then sometimes everything kind of comes together for you. So you just don't know. That's why you got to play it out. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get to the busy phone lines, and let's start it off with Danny on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Danny.
Happy Tuesday, men. Glad everybody survived the big game. Now here we are in the middle of the winter talking about this. I love it. I'm going to refer to this game, by the way, as cuddle, marry, trash, flush. I think that flows well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with the Knicks because they're in the middle of the season. We expect them to get to the conference final. And if you're expected to get to the conference final, is it really that outrageous to say you have potential to win a championship before the Giants, who have yet to win a playoff game and won't play a game for another 9 months? So I'm going to stick with the Knicks as my opening choice. Then I'm going to go with the Yankees because the Yankees are there every season, because I disagree completely with Alan. With the variable factors exist in the National Football League, with the one injury can end the season, the rotating schedule, and just the margin of victory is so minor that in baseball I could predict 8 of the 10 playoff teams right now. We know who's going to be there. It's just a matter of winning once you get there. But in football, just getting to the playoffs is not an easy thing to do. And the Giants, let's get a winning season first. Let's go with Peter's comment. Let's see Dart play a few seasons uninjured. Win 7 games, win 8 games, win 9 games. Let's see. Let's have a successful second season before we start paying them in. So I'm going to go with Knicks, Yankees, and then Islanders, because all the reasons Don just said. If you can see a team in the conference final, it's not that much of a stretch to say they potentially could win a cup in the next year or two. And then we're going to take about 4 steps down to get to flush to go with the Giants, because they have. I agree that everything looks good, but can we win a game, please?
Yeah,
John Harbaugh hasn't won. John Harbaugh hasn't been to a Super Bowl since he had Joe Flacco. Now all of a sudden he has Jackson Dart, and we're gonna build statues.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with Danny on this.
No,
I don't know if we said anything about statues though. Like what we're saying is that I think, Danny, what we're saying is we're not predicting it. We're saying it's in the realm of possibility. And I wouldn't put the Jets in the realm of possibility, but I think for the Giants, it's in the realm of possibility.
Well, I think people are misunderstanding the game. Like the conversation started out of, can the Giants win a championship in the next 5 years? I don't think anybody believes the Giants are winning a championship this year. All right? Now, when we're playing the game of cuddle, marry, trash, I don't think the Knicks are winning a championship this year. Now, could they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Thunder are better. But could the Spurs beat the Thunder? Sure. I saw Shaq Saturday night. They had the show after the Laker game, the Laker-Warrior game, and he said he's predicting on record right now. He says the Spurs are going to beat the Thunder in the conference final.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember him saying that.
And so if that happens, well, then that's a repeat of the Cup, where instead of playing the Thunder, you're playing the Spurs. Hey, who knows? I still think the Spurs would be the favorite in the best of 7, but you don't know. They're not unbeatable the way people think the Thunder are.
Well, they're also very young.
Right. So,
but that's not crazy to think that could happen. By the way, that's not an outrageous take whatsoever. They match up really well with them, and that could be a war, that series.
And the Yankees, are the Yankees winning a World Series this year? They could.
Yes.
I wouldn't bet on it that they're going to win because they're in a really difficult division, and you got to go through the Dodgers again, which nobody seems to be able to beat in a big spot. So now we're moving on to year 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the Giants, maybe they come off an 8-9 season, a 9-8 season. Well, then maybe 2 years from now, you're starting to think, hey, maybe the Giants can take that next step. Where are the Knicks going to be in 2 years? Where are the Yankees going to be in 2 years? So I think people are focused a little bit too much on this year. I don't think anybody has the Giants winning this year, but the fact that John Harbaugh can all of a sudden get their over-under to go up to 8.5, and that they might actually be a playoff team or on the cusp of a playoff team in year 1, the original conversation was they better be headed towards a Super Bowl in the next 4 years after that. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge disappointment. Right? That's the goal.
I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is that any thought of it's just going to take a while, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. Not with the pieces that they have. I think we learned quickly that a lot of what happened to the Giants last season was a team that was poorly coached and poorly prepared. There's no question at all that that's what was going on there. To a point where we saw on the defensive side of the ball how, what the big problem that they had with their number 2 pick in the draft was that he couldn't be anywhere on time. Like that's his little thing. There's just little things that tell you that they got to button it up, and maybe they'll get more out of their players. And we know that that's Harbaugh. Obviously, has lasted a long time in this league because he knows how to do all that stuff. So they're going to be better. They're going to be better. How good, how soon, that remains to be seen. But they're going to be better.
Yeah, that's the hope. And then in the next few years, they're going to be on their way. And now people look at what Chicago did in 1 year because of a coaching change and what it did for their quarterback. New England, what it did for them, just changing the head coach and a quarterback in his second year. I think that's what everybody's looking at. How Caleb Williams grew with the coaching change. How Drake May with the coaching change. And people are going to be looking at the Giants as, can the Giants do that? Yeah. And if not in year 1, maybe by year 2. But I caution this too. Things really broke well for New England to get where they got.
Of course.
Perfectly.
It's not, a lot has to happen. The NFL, it's funny, like going into last season, the AFC was the dominant conference. But then you see what happened in Baltimore, what happened in Kansas City, and especially what happened in Cincinnati, changed the landscape. You're still in a division with the Cowboys, who still have talent, with the Eagles, who are still a playoff team, and a championship just 2 years ago. I still think the Lions could be back. Packers certainly are good. We just talked about the Bears. And then you look out west, Seahawks, San Francisco. there's a lot of good teams.
Yep.
Rams with Stafford back.
No, it's a tough road.
You know,
listen,
9 wins may not be enough to get into the playoffs in the NFC.
This is obviously speaking with some level of bias because who knows what will happen, but it's going to be someone. They could have a pretty good year and come in last in the NFC East.
Well, and you know what?
that's what it could be next year.
I neglected to mention the Commanders.
Yeah,
with a healthy quarterback, they went to the championship game 2 years ago. Right?
Yep.
They have a ton of cap space.
So Daniels stays healthy. Why couldn't they do that again?
You have no reason to think they would.
But you know what? We could have
Football's
said
football.
But if we were talking about the Bears last year, it's like, yeah, the Bears might be better, but they're in a division with the Lions. Everybody's picking after the Parsons deal, everybody's picking the Packers to go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Minnesota just won 13 games last year, 14 games last year. And guess what? Didn't stop the Bears. So let's have at it, man. 1-800-919-3776. Lot to discuss. We'll get into the David Stearns of it all. We've got to talk about it Tuesday coming up at 4:30, and we've got an E&N at 6 that Peter's been working on since like last Tuesday.
And also, I want to tell you something.
If you had to bet on Cuddle-Marry Trash, where would I do that? Do they have a section there on FanDuel?
Absolutely not. But I'm going to talk to them about that, and I can tell you where to bet the winter games, FanDuel, because you got game lines, medal counts to finding your angle on all the events you care about most. FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected on the action. All right, the winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow but somehow get tense fast, speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. All right, USA Hockey, they could be fun to bet this year, and they got a shot at making gold. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yes, he told Tim he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but he said it's way more than that. It also skyrockets nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. Tim started taking it right away, and trust me, I've already noticed results.
Wow, I might just have to go catch up with Brian.
After 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. Feel like your old self again with Total T2. Stronger, leaner, and more or energized. Just text ORDER to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone and nitric oxide booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ORDER to 369-369. ORDER to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
So I popped on Twitter just to see what the reaction is to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got everybody giving me their top 5 songs.
I love it. What do we got? Give me like a little flavor of what type of is there one consistent?
Now the people are saying that the caller yesterday was saying the last 40 years, and some people say, how about the last 45? And my question was, would any rock song over the last 45 years make the top 5 all time? And that's what I think people are kind of feeding off of. Plan J says Sweet Child of Mine, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Enter Sandman, just off the top of my head. So
well,
I guess
that's all
just
from one
those
era. Yeah,
those are the 3. That's not a song. That's just off the top of his head.
I will say the Sweet Child of Mine could certainly be in the conversation.
One rule that I gave myself for the list: no repeat bands. I want 5 songs from 5 different bands or people.
Oh, I completely agree.
Is that fair?
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right
Rattle
thing
off
to do.
like 5 Beatles songs, you're cheating.
Yeah, no.
No, I think that's right.
See, it's funny you say Sweet Child of Mine. I would have gone Welcome to the Jungle if you were going to pick one. Because if an alien lands and says, "What's rock sound like?" that's definitely a song you could play.
Yeah, the staying power though. Sweet Child of Mine has really stood the test of time.
It's too melodic though.
You think it's too melodic to be rock and roll? I don't think that's a fair representation.
I mean, I know that it picks up at, I don't know. Well, look,
I hear what you're saying.
I've always said this. Music is not. It's not opinion based.
Well, that's why
music is what you like.
But it's not even like these are Don's top 5. So I don't want you to give me your top 5 favorite songs.
Right.
You've got to back it with relevance.
Facts.
Like, why is this one of the greatest songs of all time? And it's got to be a song that everybody knows. Everybody has an opinion of. It's been used in movies. It's been used in commercials. Its relevancy cannot be questioned.
Yeah.
Maybe questioned on whether it should be in the top 5, but not questioned overall. I want you to give me a reason, not like, oh, it's very hummable.
But would you agree with my assessment there in this moment that Sweet Child of Mine has stood the test of time better than Welcome to the Jungle?
No.
Don doesn't like either one.
Well, because I just don't like Guns N' Roses. I don't respect them. There's a couple of songs I just they showed up late. They were a mess. I mean, drugs have messed up everybody. I get it.
Yeah.
But like they're really disrespectful to their fans, not showing up to concerts. But they left so much on the. They're the 86 Mets. They're Bobby Orr.
The 86. They're the 88 Mets.
They could have been so much better. Like Bobby Orr had a bad knee. They just had bad, their nose full of coke.
Yeah, but what you're saying is like that is also rock and roll.
Yeah, but you know what? It damaged them. Like they got like 3 albums. Come on, man. Yeah, they lived.
But they lived. The albums were big.
They lived off Appetite for Destruction for way too long. Well, they like 5 years before they came out with anything else after that.
I mean, that's not that long in retrospect.
Use Your Illusion. They went 2 albums at one time.
But I do like songs. I just. But if the 3 Guns N' Roses songs that are the conversation, because I love Civil War, but that's not in the conversation. November Rain is a great song, not in the conversation. It's 3 songs. Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City. Those are the 3. It would be between those 3. Now, the one that I like the most of those 3 is Paradise City.
Yeah, I love Paradise City, even though it's really cheesy.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, Paradise City is definitely a stripper song.
But to me, that's the most iconic part of all 3 songs.
It's pretty.
That's a lives on its own.
Yeah, you're right. That's a name that tune.
Yeah,
that's a name that tune. Yeah,
like Welcome to the Jungle takes time, and I think Welcome to the Jungle it lived in 2 ways. It lived for those of us who really lived through it, and you'll hear it randomly playing at like the climax of a hockey game. They'll like just like it's the kind of thing you hear in an arena for a moment. But
it has the build up.
But Sweet Child of Mine, I think, is the one.
Let's go to Dan in Chatham. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Dan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
So we got to start out with something that comes to mind to everybody. You got a Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good.
I said that yesterday.
We had that conversation yesterday.
I said that yesterday. Yep.
That was the start of rock and roll. Okay, how about Layla, Eric Clapton?
Derek and the Dominoes, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I love that song. Love it.
All right. The Beatles, Hey Jude.
I mean, that's not what I'm thinking of. A rock song, though.
Yeah, I'm not thinking Hey Jude's a rock
song.
Yeah, well, it's rock and roll. We can't get into that.
It is, but it isn't.
If someone said, play me a great rock song, you're playing Hey Jude?
You're not playing Hey Jude. You're playing Revolution.
Yeah, everybody sings to Hey Jude.
Let's not play this game. It's rock, okay? Stop it. There's different.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue.
All right, the Rolling Stones, Sympathy, Meet the Devil.
I love that song.
That is a good.
I love that song. It's such a good song.
And I would include one of the Sweet Child of Mine or one of November Rain.
Well, I can tell you.
It's so hard to do
Guns N' Roses instead of Nirvana?
There's no way Guns N' Roses is making my top 5.
No, nowhere near. Not even
ahead of Nirvana? You can't do that.
Does Nirvana have a chance, Don?
No shot.
No shot.
Don?
None shot.
None shot.
Well,
What?
None shot.
These are just Don. The list should just be called Don's favorite.
Don's list.
Taken out.
Who you? I'm going to have to find out.
out.
That's an iconic song.
So listen, we're talking about We're talking about rock and roll.
Are you getting past 90?
Ooh.
Are you getting past 1990 at all? Now, rock kind of died by 2000, so you don't have that big a window.
I think rock died.
In fairness,
before Panic at the Disco.
I'm not going to answer that.
That's where it dies, right there.
Because rock and roll is dead now. It's dead.
Dead. Kill it.
Stomped. To defend myself, even though I'm not going to say that I don't, is that obviously aging well is going to help. Like, so the older the song, the relevancy of it's still big today, and the song's 60 years old. You know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing the latest we'll get. The latest we're going to get, Alan, is like a early 80s is what I'm thinking from Don.
There's got to be a Soundgarden or something.
No, come on, man. What are we doing? Let's not. You know what? I don't even want to hear.
Come on.
If you listen, I love grunge. I love Soundgarden.
So nothing out of
the
grunge
It's
era.
just so
No Pearl
interesting to
Jam.
me. Bands like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains were around before grunge. They were called metal. And all of a sudden we just decided to change the name. It's so stupid. But listen, I love Soundgarden. Chris Cornell has one of the most
Incredible
amazing voices ever.
Yeah.
It can't be a Soundgarden. Look, Black Hole Sun's a great song. I'm not putting it in the top 5.
Okay.
Top
All right.
5's tough.
All right.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think you
All
can.
right.
We don't. You know what? We're not ready. You guys aren't ready for this.
Well,
you're not taking it seriously.
Oh,
You're
I'm
not ready.
I'm
You're
throwing
not
things
ready.
that we're spitballing right now.
you're
Nobody's
not ready.
putting anything in
You
ink
don't
on.
get it. You
We're
don't
spitballing.
You don't understand what we're doing here.
The only one that I would say you reasonably would consider would probably be Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
That would be the one.
I said that yesterday.
Yeah,
because it kicked off an entire genre
or Paradise
of music.
City. But I think Smells Like Teen Spirit is a reasonable conversation.
But we need to take this seriously.
I agree.
And you know how much I love music, and this show does more music than we really are legally allowed to.
Although it's the only thing anyone cares about, evidently.
It is kind of crazy. Let's go to Dan in Saratoga. You're on ESPN New York. Dan, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you got
what
going
the
on?
hell's going on over there?
What do you got going on
I just
behind
ordered my Dunkin'. I had to order a coffee. Hey, so
No, I'm not mad.
Little
at that.
Duncan. He's on a run.
here we
Got
go.
an extra one for me?
Hey, so I haven't heard on the list, but Hotel California's got to be on there, right?
You know what?
I'm sure
It's
you
not a
mentioned
bad.
it.
It's not a bad.
Stop
Now
it,
we're
dude.
talking. Now finally,
there we go.
somebody's taking the conversation.
Oh, give me a break. I throw one out there. I've been nailing them all day since yesterday. I have one air
Hey, I
ball.
gotta-
One. This guy's now.
I got a hip hop one, Peter.
Go ahead.
What about Peter? I know you guys mentioned like a hip hop song that's like annoying, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I know the guy mentioned "Hypnotize" last night, but what about "In the Club" by 50 Cent?
You know what? Our
That's not-
PD John Winthrop
That's not
sent that
bad.
yesterday.
That's not bad.
It's
not
a
bad.
great. That's a great. In the Club is a great example of one of the biggest
Was it-
songs of all time, and when you hear it, you go, okay.
02?
Yeah.
The whole,
03.
That
the
song's-
whole,
that song's-
oh, shorty, it's your, all right. Like, once you start hearing it, you're like, all right. No.
I don't know if you heard Jacob. Released 02, but the
Album
album 03. So we're still talking about 23 years, 24 years.
And as a DJ, you just have had to play it a million times because someone's birthday. And you got
But I don't know if that's still Stairway. Because at least
But is
Stairway,
it
when
the
you
hip-
hear it, you're like, yeah, that's good, though.
Well, no, but In the Club is a good record. It's like you listen to In the Club, you remove what it's become. You stop thinking about the white girls literally at the club in college going, you have to play in the club. Play. It's your birthday. They don't even call it In the Club. Play It's Your Birthday.
It's your birthday, yeah.
When you remove that part of it and you just hear how like the beat and the way how comfortable he was on it, it is a great record. But I really wonder, and I've never asked him this. You know what? I'm going to ask him this next time because we're going to get him on the show, the morning program soon. I wonder if he thought about if the Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday thing is going to be a huge thing. I wonder if it crossed his mind or if it was just him ad-libbing and having fun because it sounded like a
probably
party.
not.
Because
but
that became
a big thing.
it's the thing.
It's an American pie.
It's the thing, right? That's the problem. It's become the
It's
thing.
the thing. And it's just an
I'll speak for us, our team. We ruin everything.
Who, the
like
Whites?
anything that's cool, we take it, beat it to death, and turn it into something cliche. So that's on us. Our bad.
Yeah,
the Whites?
Yes,
Well,
yes. The awesome Whites. We really do struggle when it comes
you get
to
excited. You know, you
All
get
right.
excited, and you got to hear it again and again and again and again.
This is it's
I get
the prequel to the list has got people buzzing.
This might be a whole we might have to clear the decks and just make this a 4-hour thing.
Well, you know what? We might be on our way to doing that here on Don Anna Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Pantera's vulgar display of power, one of the greatest albums of all time. This is not my favorite song, Walk, but it's good. But this whole album is wow. Everybody loves Cowboys from Hell. I always thought Cowboys from Hell was kind of hokey. This album, Vulgar Display of Power. The cover of the album is a guy getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
It's so good. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, boys,
it's Tully time.
Just one local in action tonight, but it's a biggie.
It's the only one that matters.
And the Pacers at MSG.
On
Coverage
MSG.
right after us.
That's right.
8:80 at 7 o'clock. Yeah, you got to be. It's on MSG too. It's at MSG.
Yeah.
It's also on MSG. So
last home game before the All-Star break.
There you go. And we'll get into that. Looks like a lot of NBA players need a break.
Oh,
although the brawl was fun to watch.
There was two, There were two fights yesterday.
In the same game?
No.
I just saw the big dog.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody. There was also one Minnesota. There was a fight there
really?
as well.
I didn't see that.
You're at that point. It's the Hawks Timberwolves game. You're at that point of the year where, again, you get into January. It's the dog days, and no one really wants. Like everybody's kind of like, I'm done. I need a break. And then you start getting towards All-Star break, and coaches are on you, and teams are starting to slip one way or the other, and other teams are starting to flex, and you get sick of it, and now you're pushing back. So that's what this is typical every year. That's why I laugh when people freak out. This is always the time of year you see some fights. And everybody always every year goes, oh, my God, like, what are they doing? And it's like, this happens every year. Guys get sick of each other. And I love it. I'm for it. There was a time in the NBA, believe it or not, where fighting was just a thing. It happened. Like the great story of Willis Reed. The Knicks were terrible in the early 60s. Willis Reed gets drafted. He's a tough dude. And the Lakers are playing the Knicks. They're punking them. And Willis told this guy, Rudy LaRusso, who was like this, kind of a goon, he said to him, like, you elbow me one more time, I'm going to knock you out. And so, of course, LaRusso doesn't think anything of this young guy. He elbows him again. So Willis goes after him, and the famous story, and there's a photo of or video of it, where he clocks LaRusso into his bench and knocks like 3 players down, like dominoes. And so the joke is, like, he knocked out the Lakers that night. And that was sort of like this statement. But no, like, well, there were like major suspensions. There wasn't anything crazy. It was just, they got into a fight. Like, fights happen in the NBA. What happened in Detroit with Detroit, though?
I was going to say that's a bit.
You don't want
beyond the pale.
You can't come the NBA now. You can't come off the bench. And Isaiah Stewart, he just needs a reason. And what Jalen Duren did, putting his hand, he kind of mushed the face of who was the kid from Charlotte. He like pushes him in the face. Like, you're instigating there. Like, okay, so they went head to head for a minute. They had a little altercation, but cooler heads prevail as long as you're not mushing him in the face. So that's Duren doing that, and then Miles Bridges was pissed off and went after him because he's trying to protect a young player. And it was Musa Diabate. And then Bridges comes over, and maybe he's escalating it, but then Stewart leaving the bench. Listen, I made a joke about Detroit. Why are they so angry? Like, they play so angry. They're very physical. They foul the hell out of you. They don't care. They know they're intimidating you. It's that old school bad boys Pistons thing, and I give J.B. Bickerstaff credit. They brought it back, and it's working. They're the best team in the East. But, man, like, you got to be careful because you catch the league's attention. You know what happens now. Now referees, when they are refereeing Detroit games, might want to make sure that things don't escalate, that we need to tone down their physicality, might need to call more fouls, a couple of more techs, and it could end up neutering what has been working for them all season.
Tullamore Dew.
It's something I'd watch, man.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And, of course, you're going to talk about NBA fights. Kermit Washington laying out Rudy Tomjanovich. That's the first one that pops to mind for me.
That was sad. Well, the one that did it and what cost the Knicks in the late 90s was it A.J. English and Derek Harper. It was it was Bulls, Knicks.
Man, we are digging in the
what?
What?
Oh, I know that's a strange pull, but there's a. All right, but you want to know why things happened? That fight spilled into the stands.
Oh yeah.
And David Stern was at the game, and in front of him in the second row is where the fight landed, right in front of his feet.
Crazy.
In the crowd. And that's when he was just like, okay, guys left the bench. All right, you leave the bench. You take a step off the bench, you're suspended. Well, what happened in the playoffs? Knicks Heat.
Right.
Patrick Ewing stepped off the bench.
And then
guys get suspended, and a series that they were in control of suddenly no longer because they had to sit a bunch of guys in Game 6 and 7, and they lost the series in his year that they thought they had the Bulls' number that year. They thought they could have beat him that year, and instead, because of guys took one step off the bench in that Miami series, it cost them. So, anybody that points to that year, you go, no, that fight that happened with the Bulls started this new rule, and it cost the Knicks in '97. So anyway,
no, it's important stuff, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. The Knicks and the Pacers, and as we get closer and closer to the All-Star game. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Joe in Wake Forest. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
What's going on, guys?
Bro?
Just want to say, first off, thank you guys for always having the shows available on the app, because I always have to listen to it a day later just because I can't get any reception at my office. So I really appreciate that. But
no problem.
For your top songs, I know this is it's in the 21st century, so I know it's probably not going to play well, but you talk about a song that has legs and is crazy influential. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
It's a good song, man.
That's a song that the minute you hear it,
everybody knows
you hear
it
that
too.
tone.
Yeah. Joe, I think right after Smells Like Teen Spirit, that's a reasonable one to throw out there for the modern era. Don, do you agree? A reasonable
very
modern era?
So. It's just, listen, the reason the
True
modern
rock
stuff
band, too.
hurts is because the other songs, it's got more of a life. It's been around longer, so you can see what the influence is. And I don't want to be biased against the new music.
But that song's influence, Don, is like it's not only arena rock. It's like literally the entire world knows that song.
Yeah, it's a big deal for sure. So we'll see if it makes the list. Will it make your list? We'll find out. Jeff is in Garden City. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, I'm so happy you guys are talking about this subject. And somebody just used the word influential. So let's talk about the combination of great and influential, because that's what I think makes up great rock and roll songs. And it doesn't matter who the artist is. We're talking about the influence along with the greatest. Now, you could be a fan of it or not. You're throwing out Guns N' Roses and Sepultura and, the White Stripes. I'm talking about influence. So obviously I'm going to play the one card that I didn't want to play. So everybody started a band when they heard the Beatles. They just wanted to play music. There's too many of the Beatles, and that was an influence to start a band. But let's go to the songs. When Stairway to Heaven finally came out, no one ever heard anything like that before. So that's one of those songs that just combined everything for great rock and roll, no matter who you were at the time. The second one would be Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. Now, you may not like Bob Dylan, but the song has influenced masses of folk and electric rock at the time when Dylan went electric. The other song that influenced, there'd be no Green Day, there'd be no Blink-182 if it wasn't for the Ramones. Our hometown boys with Blitzkrieg Bop, the minute that kicks on, it takes you to the place. And like you said, they play that song, they play the White Stripes, and also other songs at sporting events. So the Ramones. And as far as songs, I'm going to give it to the Rolling Stones where I can't get no satisfaction, because that was a game changer along with You Really Got Me by the Kinks.
Yeah.
So those are the influential songs and great songs. I'm going to be quiet and give me your, don't hang up on me, but give me your opinions on those.
I tell you what, again, like what you mentioned, first of all, the Ramones, it's a great point you made there. Satisfaction is one of those name that tune songs, which is within the first note or two, you know the song.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, like it's there's very few of those songs that exist, but that's one of them for sure.
Yeah, and there'd be no Van Halen if it wasn't for the Kinks with You Really Got Me. I mean, that's what put them on the map.
They covered that song. Yeah, see, that's the other thing you factor in. Like, I don't want to give anything away.
Go ahead.
But there's a Bob Dylan song I'm contemplating putting on, but not that one.
And
I'm basing it on the fact of how it gets covered and how you can't possibly cover it and do a bad job, because that's how good a song it is. But I don't want to give it away. I'm not sure I'm going to put it on the list yet. But no, influence important. Listen, the Ramones are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, They didn't sell a ton of albums, but the influence of an entire generation. I mean, there was punk that came out of Europe that was influenced by the Ramones, out of New York City playing at CBGB. So influence is certainly something that definitely moves a lot of people.
I think it matters, yep.
It does matter tremendously. Let's go to Doug in the Hudson Valley. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thank you for letting me be part of the show today.
Sure.
Three that that stick out in my head, I'll do them real quick. I'm sure they're not going to make the top, but they're at least honorable mention worthy. Would be Thunderstruck by AC/DC, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, as well as Ace of Spades by Motorhead. If you hear them in a stadium, a bar, on a movie, you know that it's going to get nuts. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be loud. People will be singing along. It's crazy. So probably not the best, but at least honorable mention worthy.
They are arena, rock songs.
That's arena rock for sure.
Living on a Prayer.
Are you disgusted by even the thought?
I mean,
Peter, are you surprised that I hate that song?
It's a big song.
Oh, it should. Well, no,
you're shocked, right? Because I'm all for the.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, Alan, because it made it to the. It's so beyond the pale. But yeah, I assume you loved it at some point. We all loved it at some point. Well, at least my age.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid.
But the Thunderstruck, I mean, AC/DC's got so many better songs.
Way better than that, yes. But it does hit early. It's got early on in the song. It's got something, and then it's like, okay, third time around, I'm good. Like, let's get to the
We
next.
do with Kimball at kickboxing. We'll do burpees to Thunderstruck. So every time they say Thunderstruck, we got to do a burpee.
Yeah.
Does that make you like the song more or less?
Less. Burpees, they're no joke.
Oh, my God.
I would think that would hurt at some
Don,
point.
I almost feel like when we make this, like, somehow we are turning this show into a 4-hour list show. When we make this list, it's like each song you have to make the case about what influence or what impact it had beyond the fact that it's a good song, like it's a beloved, great song, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yes.
Like each one is going to have, because I'm just, again, spitballing, scratching a list out, and I'm like, damn, there's some that have to go because if it wasn't for this song, there wouldn't be a that song.
It's impossible. We're going to fail. We're going to fail.
We're going to fail miserably, and we're going to do it gloriously.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. And listen, I love Motorhead. Ace of Spades is a really good song. I think a lot of people who have no idea who Motorhead is know Ace of Spades. But not my favorite Motorhead song, but they're classic. And we lost Lemmy way too soon.
Yeah.
But it kind of made sense.
What do you mean? You mean the way he lived his life?
Yeah. Marvin is
Playing
in
Keith Richards.
New Brunswick. You're on ESPN New York.
Hello?
Hello, Marvin.
We got you.
It's Kamal. How about
I'm
Van
sorry.
Halen Run DMC? Walk This Way.
Aerosmith.
Well, Aerosmith, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we talk about the Aerosmith song or the Aerosmith
mashup.
the mashup with Run
Run
DMC?
Exactly.
Well, that was brought up yesterday as far as is that like
Could that
the
be in the
played out
cheesy?
one?
Yeah, I mean, I love the record. It's kind of like living on a prayer to me, though. It triggers a childhood memory that's so strong for me. But I don't know if that makes it great. I still don't know if that means you put it in like the true greatness convo. Because I mean, it was a cover of a song that already happened.
Right. And you know where they
once
came
I
up with?
Once I realized that Run DMC are just rapping the words that
But once you
Steven Tyler
realize
was
that
singing.
Steven Tyler wrote a rap, but nobody knew it was rap.
That's right.
Like Debbie Harry wrote a rap, but nobody knew it was rap.
Yeah. And do you know where they came up with Walk This Way? They went and saw Young Frankenstein. And when Igor says walk this way and they all hunch over and walk.
Is that true?
That's where they came up with the
You're making that up.
song. No, it's true. It's a fact.
I can't tell if you're being.
I'm
I love
being
it.
deadly serious.
I love it.
Alan's laughing though, like you're telling a big joke.
No. I think it's. I didn't know that, so I
you never know
want that
where
to
an
be
idea
true
is gonna
because it's
come
funny.
from.
It's funny.
I wouldn't put that in the conversation. Is there an Aerosmith song you'd consider though?
Dream On.
Dream On's the only
I love
one
Sweet
you can
Emotion.
consider. Sweet Emotion's
those are
good.
great
It's very,
songs.
very Zeppelin.
Again,
It's very Zeppelin.
I really have no use for like Aerosmith after like 87.
Yeah.
If it's in a movie.
What about Dude Looks Like a Lady?
No.
I don't mean for your list. I
No,
mean,
Love in an Elevator.
You're already out.
These are yo-yo songs. Seriously.
Love in an Elevator is another stripper song.
It's living it up while you're going down.
Going.
Yeah, they tried to make it yeah.
So when they had all just a series of songs with big emo videos starring Alicia Silverstone in one word.
I mean, they're okay,
amazing,
but
crying, all the same thing.
But it changed.
It was over for you.
It was kind of like when the Bee Gees went disco. They changed. Everything changed.
Now,
if you listen to old Aerosmith, it's like really good, raw rock and roll. Don't want to close my eyes.
Yeah, it's not. It's
don't want to fall asleep.
Yeah, the big ballad crap is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't going to make anyone's top 5 list.
Interesting.
But my favorite rock and roll song of the modern era, and by that I mean later than my childhood.
Okay.
I'm going beyond my childhood. My favorite rock and roll song of post-childhood is Wake Me When September Ends by Green Day. That is, to me, a complete masterpiece. Do you know it? How well do you know it?
Yeah.
You know the song? Have you ever watched the video?
Yeah. I'm not a big Green Day guy. I don't know how the hell they're in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you don't think they're Hall of Fame?
No.
They're pretty impactful.
Yeah, didn't they just sort of miss you, though? Again, Don, isn't
They
this
may be. Nothing misses me.
No, but age-wise, they missed you.
No,
No, hear me out.
I like that. I just don't like it. I just don't care for them.
But they reached their peak in 93, 94, 95. You're how old?
93, 94, 95. I was born in 68, so I'm like 23, 24 years old. How did it miss me?
25.
Right there.
I know, but it's not the our music discovery passion area kind of starts to change in our 20s versus if it hits you when you're 14 is what I'm saying. So Green Day hit people my age when they were 13 years old. So I think it does hit different. You know what I'm saying, Alan?
Yeah, it definitely is generational. But I'm already struggling, guys. As we talk about this, the problem is that because and this is in all types of music, hip hop the same way. Originality is subjective because I do think there's a lot of influence in everything that's done. And so therefore, when you have a song that's more modern, let's say, even in this century, but you're like, yeah, but that's influenced by that. So that's what makes that song bigger.
Right.
Which is what Don was trying to say. And that's what I'm frustrated by because I'm trying not to be stuck in one era. But it just ends up happening.
Again, the reason you're frustrated is because what we're trying to do is absolutely impossible.
Ludicrous.
It
is.
It is so stupid it's going to be entertaining. But what we're doing, we can't accomplish. We're going to fail miserably. Again, it's like lifting Mount Everest. Having a whole big production, an open, cameras, an audience, trying to see if I can lift Mount Everest. Right. Not going to happen. Peter's not going to do it. Alan's not going to do it.
We're all going to fail.
Can't be done.
We're going to be mad at each other, but it's going to be glorious.
Well, more ideas, though. Every phone line, only rock and roll. Sorry, by the way, if people don't like stick to sports crowd, I got news for you for the stick to sports people.
We tried.
You guys should be more active on the phones because the stick to music people, they are active.
Yeah, they are. They are
on this.
David in L.A. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, David.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Grew up in New York, but out here in L.A. for almost a decade now. Great idea what you're doing. I think it's impossible. I agree with you. I wonder if it doesn't make sense to make it a top 10, although you could probably keep expanding it and continue to have issues,
It'd be
right?
It would take forever to do a top 10.
Yeah. I had just a couple songs that I would put out there for consideration. I don't know that they make the top 5, but they're, songs that I think were pretty important. I think if you're talking Beatles, I think Sgt. Pepper's would probably be my number one because it's got that rock vibe and it's also off of one of the top albums of all time. I think Rolling Stone had it as the number one album of all time in their top 500 list. I think "Break On Through" by The Doors.
You know what? That's a good number to throw out there.
I have. That's one of the songs I have jotted down.
Don, any movement for that or no? "Break On Through" give you any movement?
Well, I do Roadhouse Blues. I've done that live. The End is not one of my favorites, but I love The Doors.
Yep. I think they're great. That's one option. "Go Ask Alice," Jefferson Airplane. That's another song that I think should be considered. And then if you want to talk something a little bit more modern, I think "Last Night" by The Strokes, there's a strong argument that The Strokes sort of influenced a revival in rock in the early aughts, and some good influence there. And then I just also want to throw out a couple others that I just really like. I mean, and I think one that's had real staying power is "Naive Melody," Talking Heads. You still hear that everywhere you go in LA. They're still airing Stop Making Sense in theaters. And then also, a thought you were mentioning, Chris Cornell, "Show Me How to Live" or "Like a Stone" by Audio Slave. Both of those
I know it.
are just incredible songs that, really showcase the power of rock and roll. So that's my thoughts.
Audio Slave. Basically, Audio Slave is Chris Cornell as the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it is some really awesome stuff. I could just tell by the reaction we're getting, I'm going to get eviscerated tomorrow. Because our audience doesn't know anything like pre-1995. But we'll have fun. Talk about it.
Your ace, we will.
Talk about it Tuesday. That's always fun. That's coming up next on Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off tonight at Factory 380 at 380 3rd Avenue starting at 7 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Factory 380 tonight. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away, and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text ROCK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ROCK to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Not so great on the Staten Island Expressway westbound heading over to the West Shore. Crash in the left lane by Woolley Avenue. FDNY is on the scene. Long line of brake lights there from the Verrazano on through. They picked up that crash on the Cross Island southbound over by Hempstead Turnpike. Still a bumper-to-bumper ride from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens on down. Best of it to the outbound George Henry Hudson. Second choice West Side Highway northbound. Your stop and go from the 90s. Inbound George just about 5 minutes for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln already at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland close to a half hour. 80 westbound at a standstill in Jersey heading into Fairfield. Crash in the right lane about 2 miles after 23 in Wayne. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
All right, who wants to start this off?
I think Anthony needs to.
Yeah, Anthony's done with us.
Anthony, talk about it. This is what it's for. Let it out.
I can't believe that it's 5-0 U.S. Canada.
What are the shots? What are the shots right now?
It's 31-19 now, but that's kind of because the U.S. have kind of stopped. I know not having Poulin is big, but I didn't think there was this big of a discrepancy. Unless Canada knows we're going to see these ladies again. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah,
but nobody wants to
We're
get
talking women's
embarrassed.
hockey.
Hey, by the way, women's hockey it's massive. It is growing.
It really is.
You'd be surprised. It really is.
No, I'm just
last year's national championship game, Anthony, you remember. Like that guy, like the viewership on that game, and then how great the game was. Yeah, women's hockey's big, man.
Well, no. By the way, I'm aware of that. I'm a big proponent that it is also big. But when random names are getting thrown around, I was letting the audience know what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
They might not know that we were talking U.S. women's hockey. Respectfully to the who are the biggest stars on this team?
Hillary Knight.
Hillary Knight.
You don't know Hillary Knight?
Edwards just scored, Alan.
There we go.
Bar down on Debian.
Oh, see,
I was shocked that she was in net too.
Yeah. Next one. That's cool. All right. So Anthony wanted to talk about that, but not really. Anthony wanted to talk about the helplessness of a producer for a sports talk show that has spent the last 45 minutes talking music.
And doesn't seem to and
because
I think that's the future.
The three hosts are like, that's what we're doing today.
Well,
I think you're doing a great job.
The hosts, listen, when it comes to talk shows, unless you're shot out of a cannon about one topic, it's a team effort. It's the hosts, producer, etc., and the audience.
And what's the energy that we're
the audience said to us, hey, we hear your yo-yo who's going to win the next championship in New York talk, and we would rather get into these top 5 greatest rock and roll songs of all time. And I am the biggest proponent, and have been since I got here, you don't fight the inertia of what's making good radio at the time. You go with it. That's me.
We're rolling. But now we've got to talk about it. So what do you want to talk about, Peter?
Well, I unfortunately do have to bring up sports. But this is going to upset people.
Why?
No, I know. No, it's going to get even worse though too, because get ready. It's not about New York sports. So this is going to send people.
Alan turned his camera off. He's so upset.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to be seen.
No, I didn't turn it off. It's establishing connection.
No.
So I'm trying.
No. Last week was just a really, really bad week for my. This is our opportunity to talk about it. Talk about our feelings, right, Don?
Yes.
And what hurts us, what makes us tick. If you grew up in the D.C. area, last week saw the death of the Washington Post sports page and the death of Sonny Jurgensen. I really cannot emphasize to you guys how much like my love of sports and what made me a sports fan was wiped out in one swoop last week. You know, like the Washington Post guys, you know, I know, Don, you brought up the problems of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Yeah.
That's sad. And we've certainly seen it in other places. The Washington Post sports page, guys, with respect to the other places, we're talking about one of the true biggest ones in the country. We're talking about, like, the true real deal when it comes to covering sports.
Yeah.
And they have literally, the Post has gotten rid of all of it. The only coverage they will have will be from reporters who do that in addition to many other things. But it being its own world, where like you would go to the Washington Post sports page when I would wake up on a fall day and see multiple articles about whatever was going on with the Redskins, multiple articles about whatever was going on with the Orioles, and then as you got into the Capitals and bullet season, plus national stuff, plus incredible just opinion pieces from brilliant writers like Thomas Boswell, Sally Jenkins, Michael Wilbon, Tony Kornheiser, all of these people and these names who helped. And as you guys know from some of the names I just mentioned, then end up shaping sports narrative-wise on a national level. I mean, you guys would agree. I mean, Wilbon and Kornheiser became two of the most known sports journalists ever because of PTI. That all stems from the Washington Post sports page. And then you have Sonny Jurgensen, who, as great a quarterback as he was, Don, I never saw the man play football except for the fun highlights I've seen. What he was, though, was the guy you heard and the guy you saw not just in the booth smoking his cigar, drinking whatever was in that mug, watching the game and calling it only the way a former legend from the team can do it. But also, you guys know, like the roundtable shows that you have in local sports, like we have here.
Mm-hmm.
You remember another person who passed away way too soon, and you know him from nationally on the George Michael Sports Machine, the great George Michael.
Yeah.
Who, while he was known for the George Michael Sports Machine, he was a D.C. guy and was the local sports reporter on the local NBC.
Okay.
So on Sunday, they would do the Redskins report. And my boy J.P. Finley posted a clip the other day of George Michael, Sonny Jurgensen, maybe 27, 28-year-old Mike Wilbon sitting around chatting about the then 80s Redskins in their glory. And it was just a real moment of like, my sports childhood is completely dead. It was really, really sad, man. And I know this isn't relatable to everybody. Obviously, this is my personal experience. But just a really, really sad week for people who grew up on the era of sports in the area that I grew up. You can't get that stuff back, and it's going to keep happening over and over again. Fortunately here, guys, we still do pretty well. The New York Post sports page is still – that pretty much resembles what it used to, right?
Right.
I mean, the paper itself is much smaller, but it
But like the writers you like
what we don't
still
have
a job.
Yeah, but it equal to what the Post, the Washington Post was for you, was the New York Times is not what it was.
No, they rolled into the Athletic. They don't even have a full thing anymore.
And that's the thing. The New York Times doesn't really cover all the local teams like it used to. Like the first time I was on the beat in the late 90s, there were like 7 papers that covered the Knicks. 7. Everybody traveled. Like that's a thing that's obviously gone by the wayside. But the Times was always sort of the quote-unquote paper of record.
Right, the gold standard.
Because they weren't a tabloid. They didn't have to do the big splashy headlines and all that stuff. They didn't have to go there. They were, that's gone. And again, the Washington Post, the LA Times, like those are, Chicago Tribune, Boston Globe, like that's what you knew in all the major markets. You always had those paper of record type papers, and that.
Well, not shockingly,
Washington Post, that's gone now.
And not shockingly, based on what we are like as a society, those ones that took it more seriously are the ones that didn't last.
Because you didn't sell the crazy.
No, and the crazy
is
what
they make
sells.
the adjustment to just become the National Enquirer
right.
as a newspaper.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Although again, the Post.
It's
Times,
a mix. The Post is a mixed bag, right?
They started leaning, in one direction, and that also kind of ticked off some people too. But
so
again,
it's just
the business itself is it sucks.
I got a couple to get into. One serious, one not as serious. But I just noticed that Jim Robson had passed away at the age of 91, longtime voice of the Vancouver Canucks, the reason we have a Kenny Albert. Now Marv is the real reason, but Kenny idolized Jim. Was a Canuck fan as a kid because of Jim Robson and been watching him do play-by-play when he'd be at the Garden with his dad. And, of course, Islander fans might remember him being, in 82 when the Canucks played the Islanders in the Stanley Cup Final, and, of course, in 94.
Mm-hmm.
Passed away at the age of 91. I was just in Vancouver, and they hold him in such reverence, and there's pictures of him all over the broadcast area. But a life well led, but Kenny worshipped him. I don't know if you know that. So I want to send out a note to Kenny. I'm sure he's mourning him from Milan right now as he just passed away at the age of 91. And the other thing I want to get on our company, right in their grill.
Here we go. Do it.
We touched on it a little bit yesterday, but I noticed something even worse. The whole Rickleball thing that they're doing in the morning.
Yeah, Rickleball.
Not including Dave.
Yeah.
So if you watch YouTube, you know this. We have ads during the commercial break showing the different places we're going to be doing remotes.
Oh, sure
They're
we do.
promoting the Rickleball. Only Rick is in the picture.
No.
Well, it is Rickleball.
Well, that's
not.
But it's
not
also
Rothenball.
Yeah, that's the problem. And it's accentuated by the fact that they're only promoting Dave. I mean, they're only promoting Rick and not Dave. Dave's playing in this thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Dave is the pickleball guy.
Yeah.
I think they were doing it because of him. He drives the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's treated like garbage, is what you're saying.
Now, Peter
he's
brought
not
up
an
a very good
ex-athlete.
point that it's a lot what Peter and I went through during the K show. But Kay drove the show. Kay wanted to do the show by himself.
Yeah, if he could.
Kay's relishing in the fact that he gets to do the show by himself now. Dave is that show, brother.
That was subtle,
He
Peter.
drives the show.
They can't even call it Dave and Rickleball.
Or they just couldn't put his picture there?
Yeah, Rickleball, but with a picture of them both. Like he's a human.
Dude, don't you start disrespect. I know he just re-upped. But you start treating people like this, you know what? They disappear.
You think Dave could walk over this?
No, but it might be a face-off down the road that ESPN loses because of things like this.
And they go,
you
what
should
happened?
cherish this man.
Yeah, he's some say pound for pound the best on the station.
I say that. And listen, Rick's terrific. But the last I saw, he doesn't have to make any saves on that show. So the fact that he was a goaltender for the New York Islanders shouldn't matter.
Yeah, but you know.
All right? He's not asking to stop the puck. He's asking to produce great radio, which he does.
But
in part because of Dave.
And yet they're still
sniffing the jock.
Sniff it up.
Sniff
them dead.
Sniff it dead.
That
how do you you know what? If they're on the floor, not that they're listening out there, I want them to come in right. I want the person who made that decision to sit right to my right and explain themselves.
Oh boy.
You want an answer.
Do it.
You want an answer.
Well,
do it. Is it John Winthrop? Is it Jake Montgomery? Is it higher?
I don't think it's Jake Montgomery.
They'll tell you that Rickleball just sounded fun.
All right, but let's have fun and not put half the host in the picture.
Well, all right.
Come
just,
on, for God's
Just because
sake.
I want to push back, because somebody has to. Not that I disagree with anything that you said. No, I don't disagree. But just out of curiosity, somebody we're spitballing in a meeting, and somebody says Rickleball. That'd be fun. All right, well, it's not fair to Dave. All right, what do you do?
Put him in the picture.
Yeah, you just put the picture in.
All right. So you just want the picture because I'm not seeing picture. I am hearing the ads during the the promos, and I hear Dave. There's no picture, so that's why I'm just wondering why my guy's got to take some shrapnel right now.
I think Emily's on the floor. Can since you're so bothered by the fact we talk so much music, Anthony. Why don't you do something and bring Emily?
Oh,
you want Emily to answer for
Yes.
the Rickleball?
Yes.
Do you know if she had anything to do with
No
it?
idea. I'm just
First
trying.
I've heard
I'm
of it,
going after
she'll
big
say.
name. Is CK on the floor? Let's bring him in.
He just wants the big dogs. Whatever big dog can be found, Don wants them.
Don's sticking up for his guy. I love it.
Well, so I listen.
I'm going
but
to
it
walk
also
right
hits
out.
home for you. It's hitting home.
Oh, because I live this.
Yeah.
I lived it.
What did Russo say? I didn't know you were allowed to talk. What was?
I didn't know you talked so much.
I didn't know you were such a big part of the show, Donnie.
I thought you were just doing updates, Donnie.
Yeah, really. I had no idea. There's pictures of you and everything. They got you up on the stage, really?
I thought you had brought your shine box.
Might as well just rear back and kick me right in the cubes.
Right in the cubes.
One of the great highlights of my life was the 20th anniversary party.
Ruined.
Ruined.
By that?
By that.
Was that
Hey, Donnie, I had no idea you were such a big part of the show, Donnie.
I know.
Hey, Donnie, what are you doing on the stage, Donnie?
Can you believe?
My favorite remains that Joe Namath is hoping I still make the team.
But that made sense.
And you made it.
I hope you make the team.
But that was reasonable. It was his first time.
There was a press release. I made the team. I was put on the team.
Think that was emailed
You think Joe
Willie.
Namath? You know what?
Damn
you
it.
of all people.
Joe Willie at AOL.com.
You think
at AOL.
You think that made it to Joe Willie at AOL.com? Joe Willie 69 at AOL.com.
68.
Yeah.
Guys, Joe Willie 69 is someone else's.
69 just
By the
happened
way,
to work for Joe better.
I'm about to say either year works great for Joe. You know what I mean? So
I think you're right.
You think Joe Willie 68 at AOL got the press release? No, it made sense. He was used to talking to me and Don now for years.
How many people are going to email Joe Willie 68 at AOL
Just
now?
see what happens.
Just you never know. Maybe he'll reply.
Not for nothing, but I think if Rick or Michael asked for him, she'd be here by now.
You know what, Don? This is good. This is getting
I
uncomfortable.
didn't even see him flinch. Well, that was my talk about it.
Yeah, you're upset for Dave.
Yeah.
You got
Wow.
anything over there, Alan Hahn?
Yeah.
Not after that, no.
Yeah, where do you? You know what?
Do you want to co-sign it at least?
I don't want to talk about anything.
You don't want to co-sign what I just said?
I don't think he does.
I like I said, I don't disagree with anything you
But
said.
you won't co-sign.
I just don't know why
You don't think I'll be able to make the payments?
What are you talking about?
He just thinks it's a better idea to move on.
I just think the name sounded pretty cool. Now, you said the picture thing, which I didn't know about.
The picture thing put me over the top.
I didn't know there's no picture.
And especially like, hey, I'm all for the Rickleball because it makes – but make sure that when we promote it, at least have Dave in the picture. They didn't even do that.
Yeah.
So if I were Dave, I wouldn't even show up. Apparently, they wouldn't even know.
I'm trying to see if I could find anything specifically on the website about Rickleball. Where did you see this?
What?
During
the
break?
On YouTube, when they go to break.
Oh, sure, I know.
They'll show
you ever watch YouTube?
Or wild turkey appearances and promote different shows, and they've got a promotion for Rickleball, and it's just Rick.
I'm looking for it right now. I'm paying close attention, folks. You all right?
No.
Okay.
You know what, Don?
Again,
he's upset. Alan, he wanted you on board with him, and he feels like he's on his
I just
own.
wanted a cosign.
You're mad because
now he's
I'm
mad.
not going to jump in behind you on something that it had no effect on me whatsoever.
It sounds like because your guy's being taken care of. My guy's not.
Well, I almost feel like it's unfair that like Rick's being painted as.
It's not Rick's fault. Rick didn't make that decision.
But you made him out to be the golden child. Oh well, because
come on, I made him out to be the golden child.
He's
because
not stopping pucks.
I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts. They made him the golden child.
Yeah.
All right.
You feel a way because this is personal to you because you feel like you've been through this. And so when you see it now, you want to call it out because you know it's not right and you know how it feels. And I respect that, which is why I said I don't argue with anything you're saying.
I would say that this is 100 times more disrespectful to Dave than it ever was to me.
Really?
What?
100 times more.
You weren't even allowed to talk.
Yeah, we could think of. I'm sure
you were ignored, Don.
Yeah, we could think of more disrespectful things, can't we? What about when you go on vacation? What would Michael replace you with?
A stuffed animal.
You don't think that's more disrespectful? What about
that wasn't management. That was Michael.
What about? Hold on, real quick.
But they let him get away with it, though.
Of course.
No. When
call attention to it.
When you would go on vacation, Michael would have a stuffed animal.
Yes.
When Michael would go on vacation, would you have a stuffed animal?
No, I would have
You'd
usually
sit in the seat.
There would always be somebody. Ruth Busby's when she was available. Put somebody in that seat that can talk. If Don's by himself, the
station will
explode.
So I
can't have that.
What happened to that transmitter anyway?
I still think that's more disrespectful than Rickleball.
Maybe. It's debatable. 1-800-919-3776. We got some David Stearns. We've got some Knicks to talk about as well. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball. Though.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass. Your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
So we'll see if management makes any changes. But you saw the with the picture with just Rick. I
saw it.
So
but those listening, of course, on 880 and the app heard the promo. And in the promo, Dave's voice is quite prominent.
God, I never seen this side of Alan.
Well, what's the side? I'm just being fair. What's right is right. And his voice is prominent. He actually makes a joke about how he's not comfortable because it's called Rickleball. And Rick says, I don't want all this pressure. It's a whole bit. It's a bit.
I just saw the little ad pop up on our screen. I will say there's a lot of screen that they left empty. It's like Rick,
right?
Empty space.
Like what could we put here?
Nothing.
Can't think of anything. We got Rick. We've got the logo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Coming up empty. I don't know what else they could have put there.
But what did you want a picture of Dave playing pickleball?
Well, that's what you'd have.
Yeah,
they played
He's
together.
very good.
He supposedly, he played high school tennis,
and they beat.
I heard
Amani Toomer and Anita Marks, two former athletes.
Yeah, I mean,
last year
they did play together. Couldn't the picture exist of the two of them playing?
Yeah.
There's probably photos of them both playing pickleball or Rickleball, as you know it.
So you guys think this is a conspiracy against Dave?
Yeah,
that's what it feels
I
like.
just think they don't realize he works here.
Well, remember,
his voice is the prominent voice in the promo.
You know what? My voice is the prominent voice in lots of commercials, but you're just the voice. You're you're not being celebrated like Rickleball.
Wow.
I'm with you, Don.
Wow.
But Alan is Team Rick.
No,
it
Alan is
sounds
Team
like he's
fair.
Team ESPN.
What's fair? What's right? It sounded good, and you just go with it. People are going to come out. It's going to be a good time.
That's it.
I just feel like I'm marching, hell no, we won't go in front of the building. And Alan's like, you don't need to raise.
Yeah,
I mean, just go back to work.
Really? That's what this is about?
He's like,
now all of a sudden it's about a raise?
Little scabby.
Little
scab?
And now Alan's like, I don't know why you're making all this commotion. I think we all make a good salary.
Okay. All right, proud Union guy for over 20 years. I'm a scab. All right.
There might be
that's the game we're going to play.
There might be a blown up rat sitting in your chair tomorrow when you get there.
Yeah, right. I'll see that. Hey, Don, at the Beach Bash, I'm going to sing too. Okay?
Okay.
Because, it's only fair.
Oh.
Do you remember when you said to me, no, that's my thing?
My thing.
I do remember.
Yeah, it's your thing. All right, well, that's your thing. Let me lay out.
Well,
it's your thing.
But
I celebrated it. I celebrated you that day.
I think.
But it wasn't called the Don LaGreca Beach
But
Bash.
it doesn't matter. Who cares what it's called? Who cares?
Your face was on the cup.
Yeah,
that they handed out.
Beautiful cup.
And they're like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
Where's Michael?
I hope he makes the team.
Where's
By the way, Michael looks terrific.
Yeah.
Right.
Michael.
Right. Wow. Michael had some work done. He looks great.
He looks great. All right, let's talk to these people. They're waiting for God's
Matt, Long Island's got a good idea for Rickleball. You're on ESPN New York. What do you got, Matt?
Hey, what's up, guys? You guys got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm the one that called in the other day about the fraud alert Friday with Nick, with the Eagles, Long Island, the whole thing. That Don ruled on Nick being not a fraud, which was absurd, by the way.
Okay.
But,
which is absurd.
But the Rothenberg and Rickleball Madness. Why not just throw his name in like the name of the show? It's very simple. Gets everyone included in it and keeps the vibe of the whole program going on.
Great point. That's how I feel.
Well,
Super easy.
But what you need management to care about both of them equally, and they don't. It's
wow.
Makes me sad. Makes Peter sad.
Peter, you sad?
Sad would be strong.
But
I don't know if I've spent a lot of time being sad about this, but I certainly identify with what it's like to be treated like a second-class citizen on a program.
Left out.
I've been there.
Nobody wants to be left out.
See, you guys, that's what this is.
And
I
we've
can
been
see
there.
it. You guys are feeling a way because it's relatable to you.
Yeah,
I
we've been
respect.
there.
That's the part I respect.
Well, and it shows that it's a bit of a habit with this company, and I'm trying to end it.
He's fighting.
That's why I need Emily to come in here at 5 o'clock.
That's what
Let's
he's
go.
waiting for. Here we go.
Sam in Brooklyn, you're on ESPN New York. Hi, Sam.
What's up, guys? Listen, I got two songs that are played at pretty much every stadium for every sport in the U.S. anyway.
Okay.
All right. We Will Rock You. We Are the Champions.
There's nothing. That's very good.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It is.
Here's another one. Everywhere. And I know this is a great song because Cypress Hill proved it at a concert. They said he told Be Real told all the people to drop down, kneel down.
Excuse me.
And when he started the song, they all went crazy, and that was Jump Around.
Yeah, Jump Around's a good song.
But it's not pure rock and roll.
No.
That's a rap.
No. But I mean, like, if you had to talk about like songs that are like, forever songs, right?
But there's
not a
songs-
rock and roll song. I got you on that. But
if you wanted to say like arena rock songs, like perfect songs for sporting events, it would definitely be up there.
Oh, yeah. it's
Jump
in
Around
that,
was
for
amazing.
sure.
Amazing. But will it make the list? We'll have to wait tomorrow at 4:30. We've got David Stearns. We got Carlos Mendoza. We've got Knicks. We've got ENN at 6. Don Hahn and Rosenberg till 7 on ESPN New York.
Now, real quick, guys, I do want to talk to you about betting the winter games on FanDuel and why it makes perfect sense, okay? Because from game lines to medal counts, to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action, all right? Now, the winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curly matches that start slow but somehow get tense fast, speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. USA Hockey, maybe that's the way to go. If you'd bet the women earlier, you would have won. They won big. FanDuel, play your game, 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. A lot better on 80 westbound heading into Fairfield. They picked up that crash about 2 miles after 23 in Wayne. Now we've got a new issue on the Turnpike southbound in the truck lanes right after the Goethals Bridge. Broken down truck in the right lane by Interchange 13. You're bumper to bumper heading past Newark Airport. Still have this accident on the Staten Island Expressway westbound by Woolley Avenue. Left lane is out. You're crawling from the Verrazano on through. Best of it's the outbound George. Only easy way to do it. Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound. Slam from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Holland 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2 New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys,
it's Tully time.
You betcha. Just one game. Just one single solitary game involving a local tonight. And it's at the Garden. Alan Hahn is there. Knicks and the Pacers. The rematch. The grudge match from the conference final from last year.
No.
But it's there.
They're in last place.
That's all right.
Don't get caught up.
This is their Super Bowl.
No.
The Pacers.
Why not?
Yeah, they're 13-40.
Yeah, but you know what? 14-40 sounds nicer if you're a Pacer fan.
Well,
this is where they make up for it.
This is what they want.
There's still time to finish.
They want to. Well, remember the last time they met was right after the NBA Cup, and that was quite a battle.
Yeah, it was a Brunson last second shot, right?
Yeah, yes, it was.
So maybe you'll relive that.
Maybe
up at the Garden. And Alan Hahn will be all over it, immediately following us on 880 at 7 o'clock. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So we mentioned it earlier that David Stearns spoke as the Mets get ready for pitchers and catchers tomorrow. And he made an announcement about the Mets shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor is going to be evaluated tomorrow for a left stress reaction in his left hamate bone. Experienced some soreness in his left hand wrist area over the past couple of days, informed our medical staff. So he's going to go to a hand specialist tomorrow. It is possible this will result in a hamate surgery. If it does, that's a 6-week recovery, which puts us right at opening day. So at this point, even if it does require surgery, we would remain optimistic that Francisco would be back for opening day.
Now, he notoriously gets off to slow starts, but that doesn't mean you throw an entire spring training away either. So I don't think this can be spun as no big deal. And, talking to Michael before the start of the show, he's like, these hamate bones are odd. You can't even guarantee he'll be ready for opening day. So 6 weeks, the math works out. But, if he hasn't swung a bat since last year and all that, it could be an issue for opening day.
Well, he's got an excuse for a slow start now.
No, he does. But, listen, I know he gets off to slow starts, but, not available. And this spilling deeper into the season because on top of getting ready, now his notorious slow starts. I mean, I don't want to have a guy that's going to be a shell of himself until the All-Star break. We'll keep an eye on it. Now, Dave, when did the issue for Lindor pop up?
He's had soreness, frankly, off and on there for a couple of years, and he's usually able to grind through it, and he's done it. And I think, I don't know when he first felt it, but I think it just persisted to the point where he felt like he should say something about it. And once we examined it a little bit more yesterday, our medical staff determined that he should go see a specialist.
Wow.
I don't get athletes sometimes.
This sounds like a Stanton last year, right, with the elbow stuff?
Yeah. But as an athlete, and Alan, you're closer to it than anybody because you played on the collegiate level. I know we all want to give it the old college try and fight through the injuries. You're Francisco Lindor. You're not afraid of losing your job, okay?
Yeah.
If you're feeling something, wouldn't you want to call attention to it immediately, especially during the offseason, and get it checked out? Like, why do you wait until you're reporting to spring training? Say, this hand's been bothering me for a while. Can you check it out? Because if they checked it out 2-3 weeks ago, then he'd have a chance to have spring training. So I just find it odd that we wait till the last minute sometimes on this stuff. I get during the season because sometimes you don't want to let people know you're hurting because you want to fight through it and be there for your team. But, like, if he's feeling something during the offseason, say something immediately. Get to work on this. If they could have found this out earlier, he could have had the surgery already.
But, again, a lot of times you're ramping up before you go to camp, right? So you're probably swinging somewhere in a cage, whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you are during the winter. And maybe it was something that he was hoping would go away. Maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. And then the more swings he was getting to get himself ready for camp, the more it started to bother him. And then when he shows up, it's always anytime you show up, they do go through a physical with you. And so that could have been a thing where it's like, anything else bother you? Well, it's something in my hands bothering me. Probably I can get through it, though. It's probably just – and then let's check it out. And then it's like, no, actually you did some damage there. We probably need to fix it. And he probably was like, I didn't even realize it was that bad.
Yeah.
The guys want to play. You know that. Guys don't want to – they don't want to run to the trainer before camp starts. He goes, this is bothering me. We need to check this out. No. It's generally during the physical they go through stuff, and they might have said, that's actually worse than you thought. We probably should fix it now before it gets worse.
I guess we all play doctor at some point. Like, whenever you're feeling something, you come with, that's probably because I slept wrong.
Yeah.
Or
we all
this,
do it.
that, and then it feels better, and you're like, okay. But I just think you're a professional athlete, so everything is just so, especially in baseball, everything is so important. Right. Like, everything's kind of connected. That's why fighting through injuries in baseball is very hard because now if your swing is off, then you're done and you're not hitting the ball.
Right.
Offensive lineman fights through an injury. He could still, do his job, but, a pitcher, a hitter has to make an adjustment because of pain. You can go from being a 300 hitter to a 150 hitter, and you're not helping anybody. Here's another bit of news from Stearns. Where will Soto play this year?
Juan Soto is going to play left field for us this year. Over the last month or so, as Mendy and Juan were talking about the season, Juan was working out in left field because he's going to play left field for the DR and WBC. As they had their conversations, he felt really comfortable there. It made sense for us from a roster perspective, so we're going to go forward with it, and everyone's on board with it. Not something we had really contemplated coming into the offseason, but as we've had conversations over the last month, it made sense for all involved to do this.
And if he's happy to be there, it's fine. He's not a great defender to begin with. I don't think it makes much of a difference other than, you don't need as big of an arm at left field as you do in right. But not a big deal. But just interesting nonetheless. And Mets made a lot of changes. First base, third base, center field, closer. David, where did the team improve the most?
So coming into the offseason, we talked a lot about improving our pitching and defense. And I think in a variety of ways we were able to do that. We've added multiple Gold Glove caliber defenders up the middle. We feel like we've improved our pitching staff as a whole. And part of that is the expected emergence of young pitchers some of whom have already been at the big leagues, some of whom are coming. And so we're excited about that. We're also excited about the versatility of our position player grouping and the varied skill sets we now have across that segment of our team. We think over the course of 162 games, the unforeseen always happens. And we feel as best as we can be right now, we are prepared for the inevitable hurdles of a marathon Major League Baseball season.
To boil all that down, because that was a lot of corporate speak.
Yeah.
He's really good at again, just to speak plainly, what he's telling you is we're a lot deeper than we were. We can protect ourselves better from injuries and stuff now more than we did in the past. That's what he's suggesting. That, we'll be able to get through a full season without one injury turning into something catastrophic because we just don't have a strong enough bat. Remember their issues? Like their issues at third base. They had issues all over the field when it came to if this guy's out of the lineup, who's filling in? You had too many soft bats. They feel a lot better about the depth of the team, simply put. So that's a good thing. And again, that's why I think this team might just look a lot different than the past teams because they can get through injuries like Lindor. They can get through things early in the season, but by the time you get to obviously to October, you've got to have your best playing.
Yeah.
And that's the other way to get through a full season is to have the depth that you can give guys, not to say load management, but you can give guys breaks here and there.
Yeah, it's a long season. And the days of guys playing 162 and keeping the same lineup every single night, they're over. So depth is going to be very, very important. Defense is going to be important, and they believe that they've improved that. And we'll see it all happening before you know it. Pitchers and catchers reporting tomorrow, and then everybody else later in the week. And it's going to be happening sooner than later. We're already into the second week of February.
Donnie, if Lindor is moving to left?
Soto, you mean?
I said Lindor. If Soto's moving to left, well, who's playing right? Is Luis Robert? Is he a center fielder?
That's Lou Bob. He can play any of the outfield positions. Benji, you're talking about. So I guess it could be him. I mean, obviously, Taylor can play right field if they need it too. So Soto wants to play left. He'll play left.
Of course.
But let's hear from Carlos Mendoza on the conversation with Soto about playing left field.
I visited him in the Dominican Republic, and it wasn't until probably late December when we started getting closer to roster construction with the WBC that I asked him on a conversation that we had. I said, where are they going to have you playing in the Dominican Republic? And he said, I'm playing left field. Tatis is going to play right field. I was like, how do you feel about that? And he was very honest. That's a position that I feel comfortable as well. When I first came up with the Nationals, my first 2.5, 3 years, I played in left field. Then they moved me to right. My last year I was in right field. Then I get traded to the Padres. So he started going down the road. Then it's like the following year, Tatis was back and they put me in left field. I think that was my best year with outfield assists and things like that. And I said, which one, you feel more comfortable? And it's like, I feel really good at both.
Well, there you go. So this obviously was a WBC thing. Vidal Brujan was somebody they picked up from the Twins, also can play both corner outfield positions. And then Mendoza was asked, how confident are you that Lindor will be ready for opening day?
Knowing Francisco, I'm optimistic, even if he has to go down the surgery route. Found out a couple of days ago, and I didn't think much of it. This is a guy that's played through a lot, but for him to say something this early, I was kind of like on the back of my head. I was like, he's like David mentioned, he's going to go see the doctor. And again, if we have to go that route, I'm optimistic that he'll be ready to play shortstop for us on opening day.
All right, then it'll be no big deal.
Yeah. This Lindor thing, this Soto thing. Do you think this was because you don't just do that in February. Do you think they went into the offseason thinking Bellinger or Kyle Tucker, Soto they wanted to get him comfortable with left field because there was a likelihood he was going to have to move there. And then they didn't get either guy.
Right.
Am I crazy?
No.
And now he's like, well, I spent all this time working out there. Why don't we just stick to it?
And all of a sudden they saw, hey, he doesn't mind going to left field in the World Baseball Classic, so let's ask him now.
He was cool with it. So
kind of walking on eggshells around. Like, let's not – because Michael would tell stories about the Yankees. Like, he likes to bat, well, I guess he liked to bat second instead of third.
Right.
He likes to play right field instead of left field.
Right. That's what I mean.
You got to try to make him happy, I guess. That's where
that's why Judge had to play center for most of the season, right?
But that's a problem for me with the Yankee. You really want him playing center field. That wasn't a good idea.
No, you didn't want him playing center field, no.
Let's go to Luca in Soho. You're on ESPN New York. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Always good talking to you three. The Lindor thing, I would be pretty upset if I'm the Mets because, look, I was telling Anthony, Sean and I did the same thing. He was trying to deal with the loose body, and then next thing you know, it got worse before it got any better. And, we get to the point where the season's about to start, and, now you're going to have to potentially be out for long, and then we might want you to be. It would be really frustrating. But I actually think I was thinking about it on the call, on waiting for you guys to pick up, and I'm thinking, wait a second, does Lindor just know something we don't, that he won't be playing the World Baseball Classic, and maybe, this whole thing with the insurance thing is just going to turn out to be a dud, and, a bunch of the guys might not be able to play, so he's just saying, well, whatever, I'll sit out and, good luck to us in the next go-round. Maybe that's it. Who knows?
Well, not if he's going to have surgery.
Yeah.
And with Mania with the moving bodies, the thing with that is, and listen, I'm no doctor, but that's where it's painful. Then the pain goes away because the body moves to a different area, and you're like, that's okay, and then it comes back again.
Right.
And it was when you heard Stearns originally say it's been something that's been on and off for the last couple of years. It sounds like it's something that does go away and that he can manage. And now it got to the point where he couldn't manage it anymore.
Right.
I would always err on the side of, can we get this taken care of? But, hey, nobody wants to rush to go have surgery if they don't have to.
But if you have to decide, rush and know that you'll be back or waste any time and risk missing opening day, you'd rather them get on the ball.
But, again, we all go through, no, that's fine. It's not anything. I'll be okay. I just think as a professional athlete, when you're a leader, and he certainly is a leader, right? I mean, he's somebody, especially with Alonso gone now, the leader of this team, and you want to be there for your team. But, hey, even with the surgery, and, Mendoza says he's confident he'll be there on opening day, it's kind of, all right, worst case scenario, I skip spring training, big deal.
Right, but I'm around when we get to
when it matters most, and this thing will be cleaned up by then.
Let's go to Tim. He's in Dobbs Ferry. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Don, Peter, and Alan. Want to go back to the list, but quick thing. I know you guys were talking about curling yesterday. You realize there's a curling club right here in Westchester, right?
No, I did not know.
No idea.
Where in Westchester?
Right at Dobbs Ferry, the Ardsley Country Club. I believe the captain of the men's team spent some time here in the club.
Well, that's great.
I
had no
Alan,
idea.
So close to that, Connecticut.
Alan actually has a curling rink in his backyard.
Yeah, I have one in my yard.
Wonderful. So just to go back to the list, I'll do post-1980 chronological. So I think 5 of the songs that could be considered is Tom Sawyer by Rush, One by Metallica, 3 Days by Jane's Addiction.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. And then a more recent one, Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
That's a good one.
That's another modern.
I like that one.
It's another modern era winner, and also Tom Sawyer. That's a good call.
That's a really good. The Moving Pictures was a monster album, 1981, I believe. Jane's Addiction. I guess their biggest song is "Been Caught Stealing."
Probably
wouldn't have it. Although what was it called? Is it a mountain song? Coming down the mountain. That's a very underrated band.
Very underrated.
Crazy.
That's not a bad list, though.
When they're punching each other out on the stage, but it's rock and roll, right?
That's rock and roll, baby.
Let's go to Alex in Lynbrook. You're on ESPN. Hi, Al.
Oh, hi, Donnie. Hi, guys. Peter, I know it's late, but God bless your daughter. Hope you have many more.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Donnie, what's killing me, hockey is now my second favorite sport because of you. And I know your partner, you could tell he loves hockey. I'd like to see if possibly you guys could switch roles and see how that, I think that would be great. But my main reason is it drives me crazy when a team's awarded a 2-minute penalty, and one, it has to go from one to second period or second to third. And the worst is when, I've seen it myself a couple of times, they're given a 2-minute penalty and they don't have enough time to finish it in the third period. Right. I don't know why you just can't extend it. Just like in basketball, if the guy is fouled, he still shoots his free throw if the time runs out. And
I get what
football,
you're saying.
That's an interesting thought.
I get what you're saying, right? Like it's the one thing that I'm supposed to get 2 minutes here, but there's only 1:38 left in the game,
right?
So I'm not getting a full 2-minute power play, and that's
42
unfair.
seconds left. You
Yeah,
know?
well, that's honestly, when there's less than 10 seconds to go in a game, and there's an offensive zone face-off, and you're obviously going to pull the goalie, so it's 6-on-5. If you're on the defensive end and there's like a chance the puck is anywhere near the net, you just completely crush someone because they're going to call it. It doesn't matter if they call a penalty at that point.
Now, there's a couple of things that I've batted around because this has come up before.
Okay.
All right. You can kind of do what you do in football where a game can't end on a defensive penalty. So you'll play it down with no time left.
So you play a full 2 minutes no matter what's left.
So if there's 10 seconds left of the game, you commit a penalty, we're tacking on an extra 150.
That's a lot. How much pressure on an official at that point? Because you know how that whole thing goes. The refs swallow their whistle in the last minute, all that stuff, right? How much pressure on you if like a couple of seconds to go? Hey, look, it happened in the Knicks game with with Denver. 0.3 on a rebound. No chance to score, but they call what was an obvious, like a hold on a rebound attempt, and so he gets 2 free throws with 0.3 and ties it to force the second overtime.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know.
Now, you could do that.
I like that.
Or in the final minute of a game.
Okay.
If there is a penalty in the offensive zone, meaning I don't have the puck, you're driving towards my net, the puck is in my zone, I trip you up.
Yeah.
Penalty shot.
Penalty shot. I was thinking that while we were discussing it. Maybe you can't extend the game, but if there's a penalty called in the last 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Because if it's a minute, you still have a minute.
Minute's a long time, but maybe the final 30, final 20, something like that.
It's a penalty shot. Oh.
Because if I get a full minute power play, that could be a lot, especially if I pull the goaltender two-man advantage for a minute.
Plenty of time.
The other thing I thought of in a playoff series.
Okay.
How about this?
Okay.
If there's going to be a game, so it's game 1. All right. Rangers are playing Hurricanes, game 1, third period, 2-1 Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers are buzzing. There's a penalty. It's a major.
A major.
With like 30 seconds to go.
So 5 minutes.
You know what? Play the 30 seconds. That Hurricane sits in the box for the first 4:30 of game 2.
Well, that really should be. I mean,
that'd be wild.
Well, but there
carryover.
But there should be carryover in a series if there's a penalty late. I mean, this doesn't happen every day.
But game to game is different, though. You're not
I know,
carrying
but you
anything
know
else
what?
over.
I'm going to think twice about tackling you in the final 30 seconds if I know that penalty is going to extend into the next game.
It is the opposite of sort of the 10-second runoff. They have a rule in football to prevent you from being able to make an illegal stoppage. You should have a deterrent from committing penalties late in the game.
It's a great point.
It's a really interesting one to debate, right? To think about what's the right thing to do. Because I'm telling you, like, that's absolutely on your mind. If you're a defenseman in front of the net and is like, there's seconds left in the game and there's a free puck and you can't get there, and all I got to do is just take a hook and pull this guy down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just reach to his hands and just or smash his stick in half so he can't put the puck in the net. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Call a penalty? Oh, great. I'm in the box for 2 seconds. You're not going to win.
And the other thing I always thought of, if you commit a penalty in the final seconds of overtime in the regular season, Like if there's 2 seconds to go on the 3-on-3, you commit a penalty.
Yeah.
You're not eligible for the shootout.
The player isn't.
The player that committed the penalty is not eligible. Now, sometimes it doesn't matter, but if you're a good star player,
fun.
Just little things that I think about.
That's interesting.
When I was doing pre and post for the Rangers, and like, here's what I would change. I would change that. Something.
Yep.
Something interesting. Also interesting what's going on with the Knicks right now. Dive into just how they're going to look, because this is the last home game before the All-Star break, and the first time you're going to see this team post-trade deadline at the Garden. So we'll discuss that. ENN coming up at 6. We're taking up until 7 o'clock. Don on the Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9. Restrictions apply.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Hitting the brakes on the Whitestone Expressway southbound in Queens. Broken down car in the left lane by Northern Boulevard and City Field. Delays are starting to back up to the Whitestone Bridge. Just packed on the LA eastbound heading into Nassau County. Heavy pockets of slowdowns approaching Jericho Turnpike from the BQE on through. Fast ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson and southbound Egan. West Side Highway northbound stop and go from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George free and clear for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Orany about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland doing better about 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Did you say someone got shot?
Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian.
An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Being placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us.
Murder at the U, coming soon.
Knicks Pacers tonight. Allen's all over the coverage. He's at the Garden right now.
Can I complain about something?
Oh, please.
Because there was a talk about
Is it Rickleball?
No, of course not. No, because we did a talk about it, and this would have been my talk about it if I had seen it sooner.
Oh.
So NBA All-Star Weekend is coming up right this weekend, as you guys know.
Oh, we love the All-Star.
It has reached a point for me personally, as a basketball guy, where I tune in out of obligation, not out of interest. Like, it's that bad. And I saw this now. The NBA is turning All-Star Weekend into a content factory. More than 200 top creators will be in L.A. for this event.
Oh, God.
The league handpicked a group of influencers to cover live broadcasts, in-arena programming, on-court competitions, blah, 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 blah.
Do we have the names?
It doesn't matter.
I want everyone.
Well, we could play the game of Does Don Know Them?
Yeah, let's do that. That's
Are they in
fun.
the celebrity game?
They might actually be more known, Peter.
Yeah, that's a great
I don't know the name. Let me see if I can find the names. All I know is that James Edwards, who covers the Knicks for The Athletic, he said something I didn't know about, but he revealed something that this is why I facepalm at these things. He said that while at the NBA Cup, we, meaning the media, were trying to do a player interview, and one content creator interrupted, pulled out a Knicks player's jersey, and asked him to sign it.
Oh.
And that was the last question allowed.
See?
This is what makes you crazy, because now you're like, well, like what? So why am I covering? And now you wonder why newspapers are like, I'm not sending people to this if this is what's going on. Like, it's become something that the league wants to control, and let's just turn this into a circus. And they know that the next generation's not reading newspapers, not reading actual news. Everything they get is out of a 30-second reel or a TikTok. And so let's just get influencers who have lots of followers to do these silly things, and that's going to be what covers the event now. And that's it. So let me see if there's some names that were on this list.
No, I just want you guys to apologize. I just want you to apologize now.
Apologize?
Relative to how bad things are, this is why I didn't get upset at the lady in Jacksonville. Because relative to what's going on out there, we are.
The woman who
like,
told Liam Cohen, like, keep your head up and all that stuff.
at least there was something sweet about it. And like I said,
but,
I don't think
But what did that become, Peter?
Well, it depends what you look at. It became
content.
Things.
It became
content. It became a big McAfee story. It became
it
this.
Became
it became
content.
that.
I got to tell you, I'm reading the NBA's release.
Yeah, what do you got?
And with the Drewski and Dude Perfect guys, got it. Know them
they're
for
big.
sure.
They're big.
Well, Drewski's always going to be around.
There's a lot here,
and
that's on me. I don't know a lot of these.
Now that you called my attention to him, he's on every commercial.
Oh, he's in every.
I told you.
I
can't get away from him.
I heard, by the way, we this didn't come up when we talked about it the other day. I heard he really pissed off Barry Sanders.
Yes.
On stage, yeah.
There's a lot of people that were not happy with him and what he did there with
Njigba's name. So real quick, the Njigba part where he turned his name into the N-word and said it like 3 times. That I understand. That's horrible. What was that? What pissed off Barry Sanders, Jacob, or was there something else?
I think it was, from what I'm hearing, I think it was that pissed him off, because you can even see on Barry Sanders' face that he kind of was like rubbed the wrong way by yeah.
Yeah, I heard from sources, and I have source. I actually have a source here that the league was like, Drewski's never coming back to anything we do. They were fully out on that situation. So, the influencer thing blows up in people's faces sometimes. Is the point?
Peter, I gotta send this to you.
What's that?
I gotta send you this, and you gotta help me if you know people, because I'm.
Who are these people?
Well,
apparently, people are known. One guy's got 30 million followers.
Oh, probably Jesser.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he's like NBA content.
I was gonna say there's gonna be 2K guys, right? There's gonna be some 2K guys.
It's probably gonna be a couple 2K guys, a couple streamers. Nothing crazy.
So again, it's really all for kids. This is not like, and I keep saying this. If you're an adult, especially anyone over the age of 40, just understand that this is no longer for you. So don't get mad when you're like, what is this crap? It's not for you anymore. It's not for you. They don't care about. I don't understand this too, because if you're in your 40s, God bless, you have at least 30 more, if not 40 more years to live, which means you have 40 more years to be a fan of a sport. Why leagues don't give a rip about you? And when I say you, I mean me, Don, Peter. Why they don't care about an older audience doesn't make sense. All these leagues are doing now is catering to the younger audience, almost to a fault now. And instead of raising standards, you're lowering them.
Well,
and it's kind of pathetic, but that's where we are. They don't care about us anymore because I guess we're not the new consumer. I don't know, but who's paying for this crap? We are. If our kids want something, we're the ones buying it.
But
stupid.
To the point what happened in Jacksonville with that woman. It was kind and it was
it was sweet.
It was at least positive. It was a positive, sweet thing.
But what I tried to explain at the time is, and nobody's going to feel bad for us, but if I got a job in which I've got to write an article or I've got to do something which I need to get information to ask the coach something, and I know my time is limited.
Yes,
we're going to play these reindeer games.
Right.
And like what happened with the influencer, now they shut the interview down.
Yeah.
So I never got to ask my question. She got in something that was completely self-serving, had nothing to do with a job.
Could have been done privately in the hallway.
Right.
Could have been
just a fan-out thing or creating content for whatever you're doing. Meanwhile, I've got a job I'm being paid to do. And now I can't do that job properly. If I have a credential and I'm in a scrum or I'm in a room, I realize, especially if I'm there, Alan, just because, hey, I wanted to go to the game. I got a credential. I'm able to go in the room. Maybe there's a couple of players I wanted to talk off the record to. If there's a scrum and reporters are asking questions, I lay out. Because I don't need to ask anything. I'm not going to take up their time. They've got a job to do.
Right.
That's the problem. It's like you want to play your reindeer games, do it after the scrum's over, ask the PR director, can I get a private moment, whatever. You only have so much time. Like these things aren't endless.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now, because these content guys create a lot of eyeballs for the league, then like the reporters don't matter anymore. And the fans aren't going to support you because the fans hate the media.
But again, all part of the problem is the fact that the NBA can't figure out how to fix an all-star game, an all-star weekend, and a dunk contest that has 4. I defy you. Look at the 4 contestants. Just if you can name one of them, what team that guy plays for, I'll be impressed. Like, that's the problem. The league doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to do with the Utah Jazz that are blatantly made an unbelievable trade at the deadline. Brought in a guy, Jaren Jackson Jr., who's an all-world defensive center, to play him with Lauri Markkanen. They have a good young player in Keontae George. They're good enough to win. And you know what they're doing? They're taking leads into the fourth quarter and sitting those guys because they don't want to win. They want to keep their pick. They want to have a lottery pick. And there's nothing the league can do about it because I'm not sitting out my guys. They're playing. You can't tell me how to play my guys. I'm not choosing to play them in the fourth quarter. It's like this sport is going through this stuff right now, and it's maddening. So what do we do instead of giving more voice to a media that's going to call you out for these things and discuss things that are uncomfortable with the players about the sport? We're going to basically drown you out by loading up all of these foofs that come in, and they're just, it's like flower children just running around just having fun and putting up fun content. And that's it. And what a fun weekend it was, because I have 37 million followers, and all they care about is funny stuff, a reel that'll make me giggle. That's what's happening right now. The NBA's not in a good place, man. But they don't want to be called out for it. They're going to discuss adding franchises. And I told you, Vegas is everybody know Vegas and Seattle are obvious places to go. And I mean, the league right now going through what it's going through with some of the betting stuff that we saw going into this season, that surprisingly, no one's whispering about anymore. One coach is no longer coaching anymore, and that just went away, right? A player in Miami just went away. Nobody's talking about it.
No.
But we're going to put a franchise in Vegas now. So that's the stuff that I'm worried about. It's not about influencers and having that side of it. It's the fact that if you're letting them in on scrums and letting them in on part of interviewing players, and that noise will drown out the mainstream media coverage of things that need to be talked about with this league, that's a major problem. Major problem.
And unfortunately for Utah, not a lot of people care outside of Utah. They're not
people in the league
over.
care.
Well,
in the league, you
it's
care.
It's not going to get an outcry. But if the Knicks were doing it,
or if the Lakers
were doing it, it would be a big story. But Utah's doing it.
Can I say that I simultaneously agree with everything Alan just said, and I'd also like to present him with the award for the old man yelling at cloud statement of the day.
Which is what?
No, the whole thing. I mean, I agree with every word you just said, and yet I hear it and I go, but we are now those people. We are just old people screaming. They don't care. They've all moved on.
No, I'm not.
We're not disillusioned.
I am
about
that guy.
Yeah,
but you know what?
But you're also
Here's
right.
the problem. If I'm so worried about being called the old man yelling at the cloud, and then I just say, well, I'm not going to say it because who cares? It doesn't matter. They win.
No, you should say it. You should.
Somebody's got to say it.
And there is, for the record, I really do think there is and you see it in other places, there is a healthy way to balance this.
Yes.
Where you start bringing in influencers and you say, hey, these people are important and they're spreading our game to different people, and we want to reach those people. But also we're not going to allow it to take over absolutely everything that we do. But remember, the NBA is a funny-duddy situation. Everyone was so desperate. There was so much complaining about TNT's coverage of the NBA.
Yeah.
And this whole idea that they hate the game that they cover.
Because they're so critical.
They're so critical. They're not fans of it. We want to go someplace where it's friendly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody with a pulse, and I say this as a proud ESPN employee, everybody with a pulse knows that the NBA on TNT was the best pre and post of all of professional sports. We all know that. And yet the NBA was like, but we don't like this. They don't love the game.
Well, it's funny because
it was nonsense.
TNT went away, but the show didn't.
Although
ESPN recognized its value and said, we'll give you a place to keep this show going.
Although it seems like there are a lot of people who think that we kept it, but it's still not getting the same eyeballs as it once did, so the league is happy.
Yeah,
because we're not seeing it as much.
That is a fair point. But what you missed was you have to get through a full season. But when there was a serious topic to get into, no one did it better.
And you would get to the playoffs, right? Like I don't watch a whole lot of national basketball. If I watch basketball during the regular season, it's either a Celtics game that I see on the ticket or I'm watching MSG coverage of the Knicks. My two teams, as you know. Right. And then the playoffs come. And you're used to watching what it used to be, TNT every night in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And what would develop is half of what you're watching was the games, and the other half is a running talk show of these really critical, knowledgeable fans and players talking. And now the NBA, they wanted out of that.
But the other side, what Alan's saying about the influencers, which is dangerous, and we saw it with the NFL awards.
Yes.
Is that they don't play by any rules. As a matter of fact, they're famous for not playing by the rules. The more they do the things that they do, the more hits they get, the more attention they get. I'm not going to do that because I represent ESPN.
Mike Verable.
I represent the New Jersey Devils and MSG. So if I go out there and act like a clown, I could lose my job. I could lose my credential. There is no losing your job when you're an influencer.
You could literally say the coach of the year like this.
Mike Verable.
Now, she's not
Or
Tiffany Haddish, an
use
actor, but you get the idea.
The name that just gets more attention on him. There's no way to govern that. All right, so he's banned from doing it. So what? He probably picked up so many more followers and got so much more attention for doing what he did.
There's no regulation because you're not connected to any mainstream media.
And going against the grain is what works for them. It's what gets them attention. So they cannot be governed. But everybody wants a piece of it, Alan. So the NBA and the NFL hire these people because they want those eyeballs, and then they get ticked off when they go off the rails. Well, their job is to go off the rails.
Yeah.
And that's what you got.
So this is where we are. This is what's going to happen this weekend, and it's going to be flooded all over social media more than it will be because they know that the product isn't good enough to draw eyeballs to the broadcast. The product is the All-Star Weekend product is no longer good enough to draw eyeballs. So you bring in influencers who already have their audience built in, knowing that you're going to at least reach a large worldwide audience because of these 200 people that you're bringing.
Yep.
And that's the reality. It's making up for we're not getting the reach that we usually get. So how do we do a better job? And then they'll sell it afterwards of X amount of people took in NBA All-Star Weekend content rather than watched the actual freaking game. Because you can't sell that anymore. You can't brag about that anymore when it's declining numbers and declining interest in something that they just can't figure out how to get right because what used to be an entertaining game and an interesting game has now become a joke. Almost as bad as the Pro Bowl, but not as bad.
Nothing's that.
Nothing's as bad as the Pro Bowl, but it's close.
1-800-919-3776. Don on a Rosenberg until 7 here on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner.
If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
It's hard to believe
one of the greatest ever
that this album came out 48 years ago today.
Damn. 1978?
February 10th, 1978.
This album, like this band, like changed music for me personally. And I know they're not an all-time. I know, Don, they're not an all-time and all that stuff.
It was my favorite band growing up.
But there's just something about Eddie's sound that they were one of my my favorite, like top 3 through my childhood until Sammy came along, and then that kind of changed things.
Yeah, that changed everything.
It just sounded different. It wasn't bad, it just was different.
And
but those first 3 albums, though,
yeah,
1, 2, and Fair Warning, oh my God.
1, 2, and the Women and Children First was an also.
I'm sorry, yeah. Women. I should say the first 4.
Yeah, the first 4.
Fair Warning just rocks. By the way, that's so good.
Then I thought, Diver Down, it was good.
That you could tell they put the synthesizers in.
Yeah, that's
you could tell that they threw that together. It was all right.
1984, and then just like they took a turn more commercial, but they were as raw hard rock band as
the first.
Amazing.
I tell anyone, like, again, if you don't know, if you like, just give those first 4 albums a listen, and that's as close to grunge from the 70s as you'll get.
Yeah,
awesome. Like before grunge, they were playing that. It was good.
All right, get some calls in before ENN.
I also got to give a shout out to a name you'll remember, Don, from past years. Well, because we have a drop of his name. Always been a loyal listener from the K-Show years.
Okay.
My good friend Jeff Sanchez at the NBA, who I just reached out to because a friend of mine is based in L.A. and she was hoping to cover some stuff for the league, and she hit me up and she was like, she's awesome.
Influencer?
She's not an influencer, but she's an influencer. No, but she is an influencer. Jazz. Yeah. She was a great broadcaster at WWE. She's since left out and is doing her own thing. Okay. Kayla Braxton, now back to her real name, Kayla Becker. Okay. And she reached out to me, and I just texted Jeff about 10 minutes ago and said, hey, by the way, my friend, blah, blah. And his response to me was, is she an influencer? Because y'all crushing us right now.
Oh. Jeff Sanchez handles New York.
There you go. There's the old Jeff Sanchez drop. And I was like, it's funny you mentioned that. No, she's not. But that conversation is what reminded me. to follow up.
Hello, NBA. Thanks for listening.
No, well, listen. But I think
they
everybody
know the mainstream media is not happy about this.
Well, yeah, and as I've said, I think it becomes an interesting conversation about where you strike the balance. Some of those names that you threw out there are huge names that if you can get to participate and promote your product, you absolutely want to.
But do you need 200 of them?
Well, I don't know. I got to go through this list
also
with a fine-tooth comb.
But also,
you should see the All-Star. You can't walk.
Maybe
it's just people on top of people.
It wouldn't work anyway. Because like I said, chaos and against the rules, that's what gets them hits. That's what gets them attention. But can there be a conversation? Instead of being all hot and bothered about, oh, we've got this guy that's got 1 billion followers is going to be coming to our event, of having a conversation saying, I'm not going to give you this credential unless you follow the same rules as all the other people that are given a credential. Do what you do, but there are certain rules you got to follow.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Alan, you don't have any interest in All-Star anymore? And did you used to have an interest in Go?
Well, when I was a writer, I went to every one. As a broadcaster, there's no reason for me to be there.
It's time off. You just take it as time off.
Well, there's no reason other than just
schmoozing. It would be just schmoozing.
Yeah, but I don't I don't really need it for that. Like, it's not important, and I don't want to be there. Like, I don't like being somebody who's there and in the way.
Right.
Like, I need a seat, I need a credential. No. But I will say this to be fair. Is if you're the NBA and you're like, well, you know what? A lot of mainstream media, they're not sending writers anymore. They're not spending the money to send their writers to All-Star.
Good point. Right. And also, how many of these people are willing to pay their own way? They're coming out. All they want is access.
I'm sure that's part of the deal. Like, they certainly are paying their own way. And I know that the newspaper industry, because it's no longer what it used to be, they're not going to spend all that money to pay for a hotel, to put up their writers. They're just like, we'll take the AP. You watch if there's a local player, watch what they do and follow up. Now, in New York, those guys go because, you have 2 All-Stars. You got to go. But that's the big markets. But some of the other markets aren't. And so I don't know if maybe the media attendance numbers are down as far as like print, and maybe that's part of this deal. It's like we're not getting enough coverage. So let's get some more coverage.
Yeah,
how can we do it?
It does make sense.
There's got to be
trying to be fair here, but it is annoying too.
But still,
Both
rules have to be followed.
Also, I will say I've been very checked out of the Winter Olympics. When I'm not here at work and it's not on, I just haven't had a moment to flip it on. I am surprised though at how my mind is always blown. I'm now done. I'm 46.
Okay.
I've been through my share of Winter Olympics at this point.
Mm-hmm. And
bobsled blows my mind every time.
I'm watching it right now.
Right?
Too.
Is it not just you watch it and you go? It looks
sledding.
like the scariest, most insane sledding of all time.
It looks fun though.
Oh, it looks super.
Oh no,
fun.
that's not bobsled.
No. That's luge.
That's either luge or skeleton.
Yeah, I think it's luge.
Oh, sorry.
This is the one where you basically have no net and you're going 70 miles an hour.
You're just laying on your back on a sled, on an actual radio flyer.
Right.
Yeah, it's a radio exactly.
It feels like they're going to just put a gold medal on your coffin.
Is it showing?
This is luge. Skeleton is when you go head first.
Head first.
Because you will become one.
Oh my God.
They call the helmet the bucket.
They're going now.
50 miles an hour. It says
50.
52. It just said 52 miles an hour.
Actually, that says 73. The one I'm looking at.
Oh, 68 and a half. Yeah, you're right.
I'm at 75 now. I might be ahead of you.
Dude.
Wow.
I think you have the dirty feed.
This is
73.
why
I'm with you now. You're ahead of us.
I said this in our meeting, Alan. I think it was before we got you. I think Peter. I think it was before you showed up. The Winter Olympics are better than the Summer Olympics. I think, to me, there are more entertaining sports.
Of the random stuff you can stumble into.
In what other Olympics, other than winter, are you skiing and shooting a weapon and getting a gold medal if you're good at it?
But that's an insane.
Now, I think
insane.
The wash, figure skating and gymnastics, that's a wash because I could see.
No, both are good.
Both are really good.
Both, right. I agree.
The figure skating's better for me, but I think that's a wash. I think of basketball and hockey. I'm sorry, the hockey's more competitive. It's better. More countries have a chance to win a gold medal than basketball in the summer.
But
you
Alan,
can argue that.
But Alan, wouldn't you say that recently the summer games have picked up a bit?
It's
the basketball in Europe has picked up quite a bit.
It's almost like you're watching now to see if someone can beat the U.S.
But
versus hockey, it's like the U.S. is good, but are they good enough to go all the way? Like, they haven't.
Right.
like to win a gold for the U.S. is a big freaking deal.
But even if you made that a wash,
okay,
I just think the luge and the skeleton and the downhill skiing.
How much is it track?
That's
because
better
that's
than track and field.
That's track and field, and track and field can get redundant.
Yes,
it can. But the bottom line is though,
and skiing. I mean, any moment something crazy can happen.
Totally. For whatever reason. Maybe because you see the people more, they're not covered as much, and in some cases they're like attractive people. It seems like we get more stars out of the track and field. The biggest stars in track and field become big stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And listen, I'm sure the ratings in the summer are better.
And the gymnasts and the U.S. gymnastics.
Yeah.
I just find it to be.
But I agree with you. In terms of stumbling into a random event, I would rather stumble into a random winter event.
Agree.
But the big-time marquee events, I may prefer summer.
ENN next. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the night. We've got the Knicks home over at MSG. Tip-off still a couple of hours away. If you're going to drive into Midtown, stick with the west side over the east side of town. FDR just packed in both directions, heading over to the 59th Street Bridge. No relief on the Whitestone Expressway southbound in Queens, over by Northern Boulevard and City Field. Broken down car in the left lane. You're backed up there to the Whitestone Bridge. Slow go on the Northern State westbound in Nassau County. Looks like we've got something brewing over by Lakeville Road. After that, doing fine heading over to the Grand Central. Inbound Georgia, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Worst of it's the outbound side. Cross Bronx westbound. You're hitting the brakes from White Plains Road on through. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Holland 15 to 20. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Okay, everyone simmer down. Everyone relax, for God's sake. It's ENN. Brought to you. Yeah.
You ever watch YouTube?
Brought to you by our friends at Ramsey Mazda. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Don.
Sophie.
I showed him.
Sophia.
Yeah.
No, that's
Sophie B.
Sophia.
Hawkins.
That's E. I'm sorry. Clean day. Sophie.
I showed him.
Sophia.
Yeah.
No, that's
Sophie B.
Sophia.
Hawkins.
That's
no, E. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to hear it again. Good evening, Don.
You calling me a dope?
Don and myself.
Right.
Sniffing
the jock.
Sniff it up.
Oh,
Sniff,
wow.
sniff them dead.
Sniff it dead. Yeah.
You guys, man.
Mike Verba.
She's not even an influencer.
Jeff Sanchez handles New York.
I'm singing go.
We'll see.
I think my Jeff Sanchez drop is an early me confusing Gary Sanchez.
Oh, that's what that was?
Jeff Sanchez handles New York.
Although I don't know what I'd be saying. Like I don't know why I'd be saying that about Gary Sanchez. I'm trying to think of why I would have confused at the time at this was, which this was like the early first year or two I'm on the show.
Yeah, because you started in early 2016, right?
Yep.
And
that's Gary time.
And then it was that September he was called up.
Yeah.
September 2016.
Jeff Sanchez handles New York.
That has to be because you're not talking about Mark was already gone.
Oh yeah. It wasn't Mark. It wasn't Mark.
Right.
This is who's Casey Stengel era.
Oh no. Yeah, that wasn't your best. That wasn't your best day.
Yeah, listen, it didn't age great, and it didn't start great.
Because what do we got? We got Gary, we've got Mark, and we got Dirty. That's all we got, right?
There's Junior. He's a great producer.
I'm not familiar with his work.
With Junior Sanchez? He's big. You're familiar with Dirty though?
Yes.
That was an underrated.
Not personally.
No, that was Alan just got it.
There's no way that made it. There's no way that made it.
He said we got Gary, we got Mark, and we got Dirty.
Right.
Dirty.
He just said that.
It had to have made it. What are you dumping?
Oh.
Not one.
Oh, that feels like an appropriate thing to ask.
Oh boy.
Jacob, that was all good, right?
I mean, good.
It was fine as long as you didn't say the whole thing.
No,
If
right?
you know.
Very strategic.
I see too. You didn't put them together.
Exactly.
Big news, everyone. I moved the car today.
And it was almost a mistake.
Yeah, almost proved to be a disaster.
No.
But we figured it out. We made it through.
Congrats.
Thank you. She got a spot again.
Nice.
It wasn't easy, but we did it. But man, it is a pain in the arse. Man, because the spots are gone. Are we going to get rain? When's this rain coming? We need a good couple of days of rain to actually.
You say, when's it going to rain? I say, when's it going to stop? Name the movie.
I don't know what you said.
I don't know. Black Rain? I don't know.
No. Damn.
Taxi driver?
No.
When's it going to rain?
Steve Martin vehicle.
Steve Martin. The Jerk.
No.
Steve Martin, but involving rain.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't involving rain. He was playing an evangelist. It was called Leap of Faith.
Why would anyone?
It's just that.
I don't want to tell
He
you
was
how to do
so
your
good.
job.
He was so good in that role. He played it up so well that it was entertaining, and that line stuck with me.
In the role of Don LaGreca today is Alan Hahn.
That
was such a Don LaGreca thing.
Come on,
you deserve this job.
Come on.
You know what?
Come on.
Joe Namath, he got it. I love working with Alan. So far be it for me to tell you how to do your job.
No.
You're going to quote a movie. Quote a movie somebody has seen.
No. Hold on.
Not
you.
doing that.
Yeah, Don, you can't do that.
Well,
can't do that.
You will pull a random.
Not this bad.
Leap of Faith is tough.
That's not that bad.
No, it's bad.
It's bad.
No, Leap of Faith.
No, wasn't that bad.
If you had said your life is on the line, and you need to name Steve Martin movies.
I wasn't naming a movie. It was a line from the movie that fit the moment.
No. But Don and I.
You know, you two really.
I'm proving the point.
You two.
I'm proving the point of how.
Just
bad,
wait till I get back tomorrow. You two. You're going to deal with me
proving
tomorrow.
the point of how bad the reach was. If they had said you need to name Steve Martin movies, keep going. Don and I were getting through Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and The Jerk. We're going through it. My Blue Heaven,
Roxanne,
Parenthood, Roxanne. We're going through it. Cheaper by the dozen. We're rolling. Whatever it is. If they said that you need more, Don and I would both be dead
We'd be
before
dead.
they got to Leap of Faith.
We'd be dead.
We'd both be.
Now, what example did I ever do of a movie?
Because you have just stuff that you love that's just a random. It's on a lot, so you like it, and you'll be like, like in blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, people, no.
Liam Neeson, Deborah Winger, it's not like there's nobody's in this movie, okay?
Not drop it. Hold on. Did you just say Deborah Winger?
Deborah
As
Winger.
I live and breathe? This whole segment's a strange pull.
I can't help it if you can't keep up today, all right?
That's too good.
Listen, there is a part. We didn't keep up. But I think we had the majority of people on our side on that one.
Oh, now we're taking sides. Okay.
Well, I tried to take you. You won't take my side on something way more important.
So now we get to the bottom of it. All right. Now we know.
No, I legitimately didn't know the quote, and I still don't know the movie.
Okay.
I'm still not sure this exists. Was this a straight to video?
I love the scene.
How about this? If you tell me
I
it's
love
good,
the line.
If you tell me it's good,
I do it again.
I'm not Booger McFarlane. I'll see it. You tell me it's worth watching.
Or Damian.
I think it's Damian Woody that refuses to watch it.
I can guarantee you Booger would also.
If I asked Booger to do something, he would intentionally.
He'd spit in your face.
He would say, "Now I'm never watching that movie. If I'm walking past the TV and it's on, I'm breaking the TV."
That's right. Oh no, boys.
Tiger Watch.
So, Tiger, how did you play today? Well, got off to kind of a slow start.
Do you feel like you're back to win at this level?
Yeah, I do, because I just did it.
You just love Tiger. Sniff him dead.
Charlie Woods, the son of Tiger, has verbally committed to play golf at
Clemson.
You're close.
I was? It was just
no. They live in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm going with a Florida school.
He can't. No, he can't travel out of state. He doesn't have the means.
I'm going with a Florida school.
He doesn't have the means.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
He's not going to Stanford.
Well, why not though? That was what first thing
too
across
far
my
away
mind.
from home. I'm going with warm weather. I'm going with Florida.
Okay.
Show me Florida.
Is it
Florida
State. All right.
Look how close I was.
I would have thought Stanford. I thought that would have been neat.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah, he's the Deion Sanders
Come on, those are large shoes to fill already. Then you're going to go to the same school?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That is
right. The kid is good though. I mean, the clips you see of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have the grades for Stanford. You ever think of
that?
I wonder what.
I'm not throwing that out there. You can.
No, I said maybe.
Oh look, I didn't even think of it until you said.
Yeah.
it.
Have you seen the kid hit the ball? I think they'll find.
He didn't come here to play school.
But Stanford is.
What a life this kid. I wonder if this kid's life is
Ivy
crazy.
League of Jays.
The definition. The actual definition of Ivy League of Jays.
It's true.
I wonder how hard. I know it sounds really basic to go, oh, what an easy life that's been.
No, it's hard.
But I get that life, man. Your dad is not only one of the greatest athletes of all time, but he's also had his problems in the public eye. Your parents' divorce was very public. You also obviously love golf and are really good at it.
Well, how good?
I can't get a gauge. Well, that's the problem.
But I'm just saying.
We need to ask Ian O'Connor.
Right.
Why don't we text Ian?
But how good does he have to be to where he can get out of his dad's shadow? Like, it's impossible, right?
Impossible.
Like, every athlete has at least a shot to do it. But how do you do it when you're Tiger?
For Charlie Woods to have, like, a career, and he would have to obviously make the tour, which is very hard. He'd have to make the tour, and then he can't be a guy who just places and never wins.
Well, so
he has to at least be a guy who wins tournaments.
Give me a comp of a guy, past or present, that if he got to be as good, he's not going to be his dad.
No.
Nobody's going to be his dad. That where he can at least partially be out of his shadow and be his own golfer. Is it Duval? Is it like that level? Like if he's Sergio Garcia, no, you're dead.
Sergio
Garcia was a really good golfer.
He has one or two majors.
You'll always be Tiger's dad, Tiger's son.
Oh,
but no. Well, Jacob Anthony just said to me, "What if he has a run like Scheffler? Then it's fine. Then he became his dad.
Well, if he's Jack, then he's in good shape.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But if he's like Jason Day,
that's a fair call.
If he's Justin Thomas,
yeah. Well, even
that's very good. No,
that's not terrible,
Phil's too. If he makes it to Phil,
All right, go out of the sport.
Yeah, maybe let's find another comp.
Give a comp like you can't do Griffey Jr.
No, Griffey Jr. is so much better.
Right,
He's better.
Sorry. No, I'm thinking of father-son.
Well, he can't do Barry
So
Bonds.
could he be Brett Hall?
That
Where he's
wouldn't
at
be
least in a
terrible.
conversation that maybe he's not Bobby, but he's really.
But he's really good.
He's really, really.
And he has like 1 year where he's just insane.
But the problem is, it's hard to make any of these comps because in order to make the comp, you can't do Bobby Hull. You have to do Wayne Gretzky. You know what I'm saying? It has to be Gretzky or
Right.
Orr's kid.
Like we already
that's
know,
the level
we already
we're-
know Bronny's not getting there, right?
He's already better than Bronny. He's better at golf than Bronny is basketball right now.
Is that no? We don't know that.
We don't know that. I thought you said he's really good.
Well, he looks really good, but Bronny made the league. I mean, Bronny
I
made the
mean,
League of Jays.
Well, Bronny didn't get a scholarship to USC, did he?
I think he did.
Oh yeah, no, he was. I believe he was offered a scholarship. Yeah.
Was it charity or was he
No,
really
I
good
think he
enough
was-
to get it?
Well, I mean, it's charity because they could pay for it with their ashtray. But I mean, I think they wanted him to play. I think they hoped he would stick
Right,
around.
there's got to
for
be
longer.
like the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, that's the question. The kids
problem
of the
is-
greatest players of all time.
But
Do
they're-
any of them exist?
Again, Michael Jordan, one of his sons played, I think, Division I, I think, but didn't really.
Yeah, but nothing happened.
That didn't go. You just don't see it. Not the GOAT type level stuff.
Well, you know what? The most interesting one right now would be Cooper Manning, right? Does he become or Arch? Sorry, not Cooper. Does Arch?
But Arch's father was the one that
is not the
Manning
wide
didn't
receiver, right? But it's still. I'm just trying to even find a family comp. You're right. It's not the kid though. But like, you can't think of a sport. Joe Montana doesn't have a kid. Barry Sanders does.
It's so hard for their kids to do that, though. That's the thing.
No, the best would be Hull. And Bobby's not Wayne. Maybe he's in the conversation as one of the great players of all time.
Yeah, he's one of the
They
all-time.
ask Alan Hahn, and Shador might surpass Deion Sanders.
Listen, I'm giving it a chance. He's Pro Bowl quarterback to you. By the
Why do
way,
I feel like we're missing somebody?
Chris Carlin chimes in.
Yes.
Quote, if it
By the way,
makes you
son of
feel-
George Carlin, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, very good point.
If it makes you feel better, in the car, I just yelled, leap of faith.
No.
And then he said,
Wow.
Deborah Winger, underappreciated.
Wow. You know,
So,
in the movie or just
the
overall?
two of you, go scratch.
Well, you know
All right?
what? You know what it sounds like from Carlin? It sounds like when it comes to Deborah Winger, Strange Pull is a little bit more literal.
Yeah, I think. I gotta.
Officer and a Gentleman, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was also 1982.
Oh, really? Well, when you make your list tomorrow, I'll remind you of how old the songs are that you're listing them.
I got something here.
You know,
Speaking of fathers and kids, I'm going to throw a stat at you guys that a friend brought to me. That's
Okay.
I like this.
This month, Tim Hardaway Jr. will play his 868th game, passing his father in games played.
Wow.
What?
How about that?
How about that for feeling old? Shout out to my friend Barry Schwartz who sent me that.
That's amazing. That's a great stat.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s career is longer than Tim Hardaway's.
Which is hard to
at this
believe.
point. The UTEP two-step, for God's sake.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he still wasn't the player his dad was.
No. But he's become
he became a really nice, serviceable player.
NBA player, yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Now, he was run TMZ, man.
He was. All right, well, guys, there was a massive fight last night between the Pistons and the Hornets.
It's been thrown out in the chat, Vlad Guerrero and Vlad Guerrero Jr.
But
I'm
again,
gonna stick with
that's
Hull.
interesting.
I mean, well, and none of these are reaching the level, obviously. The level of pressure.
What Tiger was.
Yeah, there's that level is
No,
just
it's nothing. Because
insane.
Tiger's one of the biggest athletes of all time.
And in fact, how about let's take it out from sports?
Layla Ali. How about that? Now we're talking, right?
No, now you're having a
as far as
conversation.
being in the shadow.
Yeah. and also, for the record, too bad that the time that she existed. We'll never know. I mean, she was great.
But the sport wasn't what it is now.
The sport wasn't what it was now, so we'll never get to know what her level of greatness could have been.
That's true.
Is there a wrestling comp?
Oh, yeah. Wrestling would be the one where you could actually start to have a conversation about, like, sort of special family ones. But I would say Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair
is very compelling. Like, can you ever get out of your dad's shadow? And Charlotte has done a pretty good job. Cody Rhodes has now surpassed his dad in terms of success. Maybe not influence and, brilliance and all the things Dusty was.
Right.
But Cody's a bigger star than Dusty ever was. The Rock is certainly a bigger star than his dad ever was, but his dad wasn't. If we're trying to look for the equivalent, again, of big, of where your dad is, that's why Rick and Charlotte. The Muhammad Ali and Layla Ali is an interesting one.
Yeah.
I always thought that, I don't think Agassi and Steffi Graf's kids have become serious tennis players.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is there anybody in tennis? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Dale and Dale
Jr. But how great was Dale Sr.?
Yeah, he was
in
stock car. Yeah, he's
one of the all-time.
It's Petty.
He's the king.
He's right there.
So he's right there.
Petty's the king.
Petty's the king, but you know what I mean.
No, but
he's right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
He was considered.
So is that the best comp?
That's pretty good.
That's a really good. That's outstanding.
Yeah, Dale and Dale Jr. maybe.
Could you argue that Jr. never really eclipsed his dad, but he was good enough? He had a good enough run.
No, he had a really
his
good
fame
run.
and popularity.
Yes,
he handled it really well. Like, you think about it too, what he grew up in. The fact that when he became a star, he was a pretty humble, he had a great humility about him.
Still does.
He loves his sport, loves it. He had a great passion for it.
Loves his Washington football is what he loves.
There's a lot there that you respected about him where he wasn't this spoiled brat, snot-nosed kid.
No. It was and what he did was he wasn't as good as his dad, but he was good enough to further the name and for the name to benefit him.
But
it all benefited each other.
Dale Jr. and Dale is a great comp.
To answer the question, he wasn't as good as his dad, but he did at least partially escape his shadow.
For sure.
And became his own man, became his own
100%.
Personality.
Still, he's got a big podcast right now. Dale Jr.'s always going to be the man. Alan, have a wonderful game tonight.
See you, boys.
We love you like no other.
So it's shame Allen's leaving now, as we mentioned the Pistons Hornets fight.
Well, that was a bad job out of us.
Although that was a fun conversation. We just stumbled into a really fun sports conversation.
Yeah, that was good.
That's the thing about ENN. If I told you guys mid-show, let's talk about Charlie Woods, it would have been like, why?
Well, yeah.
But it comes up in ENN, and it leads you to a great sports convo about fathers and sons or mothers and daughters. Now, I don't know, Don, you saw the fight highlights for last night, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It got a little scary there for a moment.
Very.
Because to me, what's scary about a fight is never the first one. Two guys fight, it is what it is. It gets pulled. It's when they kind of keep going on, and you see sort of chaos running all over the court. That's when you worry, is a fan going to jump in? Is this going to get totally crazy? Pistons coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Again, our guys deal with a lot, right? But they're not the ones that initiated. They're not the ones that crossed the line tonight. It was clear, through frustration because of what JD was doing, that they crossed the line. And I hate that it got as ugly as it got. That's not something that you ever want to see. But if a guy throws a punch at you, you have a responsibility to protect yourself. And that's what happened tonight. You go back and watch the film. They're the ones that initiated crossing the line. And our guy had to defend himself.
Yeah, it was chaotic.
I don't know. I don't know if that's an accurate portrayal of what happened.
No, it's one sided.
Yeah, I don't know if because his guy's the one that mushed the other guy after they got into face to face, and then his guy was the other guy that
initiated the physical contact.
Yes, Jalen Duren, and then you had Isaiah Stewart, Beef Stew, jump off the bench.
Yeah. When that's the auto suspension. When you jump off the bench. Now, the Pistons ended up winning the game 110-104. Duren had the ball and was driving toward the basket. Just over 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Foul initiated. Then there's a face-to-face. Maybe an incidental or intentional headbutt. But to your point, it's Jalen Duren who then throws the push that leads to it. And then, of course, it continues from there. Ugly. LeBron James. All-NBA streak is coming to an end, and the Lakers will be undermanned Tuesday when they host the Spurs. That's tonight to you and me. He was ruled out with arthritis.
Oof. That doesn't go well.
Along with the absence of Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Marcus Smart. Hold on, I got to drop for this. LeBron's 18th missed game of the season, making it impossible for him to reach the 65-game threshold required for All-NBA. He had been All-NBA for 21 straight seasons. Wow. LeBron James asked to compare the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Lakers. Why would you ask him that?
You want me to compare us to them? That's a championship team right there. We're not. So I don't understand. We can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes, and they can. That's why they won a championship.
Arthritis.
Well,
I'm not making fun. I have arthritis.
No, we're getting here now, though. We're here now.
We're getting to arthritis territory.
Now, listen. In defense of the Lakers, right? They're dealing with some injury stuff. It's midway through the year. Marcus Smart's relatively new to the team. This is a team that's still figuring it out. And Don, they're sitting in the 5 spot at 32-20. This is not a garbage basketball team.
No,
but still a ways away from the Thunder's 41-13. Good for the best record in all of basketball. But the Lakers could still be in the conversation, but they're going to have to get healthy. But yeah, LeBron is becoming mortal in front of our eyes, as tends to happen when you play this long. Now, speaking of injuries in the NBA, Celtic star Jason Tatum participated in his first 5-on-5 scrimmage with players since tearing his right Achilles last May, but caution that this latest step does not mean his return is coming anytime soon. But he's practicing with the G League affiliate in Maine, and he said today is 39 weeks since the tear.
So this could happen. I mean, it's only February.
And he's playing 5-on-5.
Right, and he's playing actual basketball. So where's he going, maybe 50%?
And the Celtics are sitting at the 3.
Tell me he's not going to be ready for the postseason. So he's playing in the G League in February. Playoffs don't start till April.
Right, and for the record, you could even, in theory, be like, hey, let's try one round without him. Let's see if we can get through a round. But you're telling me he couldn't be around, though, for the start of the playoffs or shortly after?
If he's playing in the G League on February 10th, you're telling me in 2 months? When's the regular season end?
Beginning of May, right? Or no, mid-April. Mid-April? April 13th, 14th?
Yeah, so that's 2 months from now. You're telling me if he's playing, that he can't, I'm not saying he's going to be, fully back Tatum, but he can play in the NBA 2 months if he's in a G League game.
The Celtics' last regular season game is April 12th.
Right, so literally 2 months away, more than 2 months away from their first playoff game. Now, he could get hurt. He could play one game in a G League and say, no, it's not there.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. It's one of those injuries, too. If he's not feeling it, you don't bother.
But if he's feeling it, you tell me he can't build up strength to play.
I'll put it this way.
NBA
I'd say there's a better chance that you see him than Halliburton.
But it wasn't that long ago we were saying, oh, Tatum's not coming back.
No, you're absolutely right. Of course.
Well, at least he's trying.
Well, then the Pacers are not trying. They'll play at the Garden tonight. The Pacers are 13-40.
Unbelievable. So
I respect it. Listen, if you're not gonna give it a go, you're saying we don't have Halliburton, just lose out. And
so we get a lottery pick. Halliburton comes back next year. Look at us.
Yeah, my friend who's a big Pacers fan, Indy, as he's known.
Okay.
He sent me who their lineup was the other day.
No,
they're not even playing. They're not even playing any of their players that can play. Right. They're just saying, hey, we're done.
Tatum's going to play against better players.
Yeah, right now tonight.
tonight.
That'll do it for ENN, folks. I enjoyed it.
One of the best ones in recent memory.
I agree. It's brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda. It's like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
We're going to try to muddle through the rest of the way without Allen.
Ugh.
So last call crew, 1-800-919-3776. It's Don. It's Hahn. It's Rosenberg. Till 7, ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the opening face-off to final horn, and so much more. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yeah. 1-800-919-3776. What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? We're taking up until 7 o'clock, and then our coverage of the Knicks and the Pacers from the Garden. Let's dive into the phone calls, and let's go to Marcus. He's in Springfield. You're on ESPN New York. How are you, Marcus?
I'm doing all right, Donnie. I'm glad that you're on the call for the Devils now. I'm very much enjoying you on the games. So Sorry, Peter. How you doing, man?
He's doing well.
Cool. All right. So you guys were talking about the father sons in terms of famous athletes. I got another one racing wise. Mick and his father Michael Schumacher.
How is Nick doing? I know
time,
Michael Schumacher well. It's a really sad story what happened to him. But how's Nick doing?
Nick he was in Formula One for 3 or 4 years with the Haas F1 team, the American team. Unfortunately, he flamed out. Last I heard, he ran sports cars in Europe for a couple years, but he's now signed, I believe, with David Letterman's Indy team this year.
Okay.
I believe he's in IndyCar this year.
So he's in Indy now. That is a drop off from Formula One for sure.
Unfortunately, yes, it is. It is where it's like in terms of like how the MLS is where a lot of old retired soccer stars go to before they retire.
Right.
IndyCar is that to Formula One.
And what else you got?
So I was listening to the morning show this morning with Rick and Dave in regards to the 5-year plan for the Giants. I don't necessarily disagree with what Dave is saying. I think if you look through it, I know one of his major sticking points was that if the team was coached up more in terms of the games we had this year, though within one score for, say, Denver, Chicago, and Detroit, team probably should have had at least 6 or 7 wins. But with John Harbaugh now coming in, instituting everything and his philosophy, it's not unrealistic that within like this year to have 8 or 9 wins, playoffs next year, win the division in the 3rd year. You'd think that by the 4th or 5th year that they should be title contenders. I just think that the way he goes about it, knowing him being his maniac and crazy self, he kind of blows that out of proportion. He's very steadforward and very hard-headed when it comes to the Giants.
No, he definitely is. But I just think that when you're looking at 5 years, you want to see at least a Super Bowl in those 5 years. Because he's going to turn 68 years old in 5 years, John Harbaugh. And if he announces his retirement and he's going over, 4 playoff appearances, a championship game, you're going to look back and go, all right, that was nice. Thanks for the relevancy. But you fell short of your goal, right?
No, you're right. Now, what do you consider old for a head coach? Because I consider if you're mid-job, if they're not hiring you for a new job, but you already have the job, not to say that he couldn't retire at 68, but I certainly don't consider that old either.
No, like if he wanted to coach in, 70, 71, how old was Pete Carroll? Now, he was a young, whatever age he was.
I think by the time they hired him, he was already in his early 70s.
And Marv Levy coached into his 70s too, right, with the Bills?
Oh, sure. I mean, a bunch of people have. Oldest NFL coaches. Let's see how the old Google machine does here. Here we go. Yeah, well, interesting.
All right, so Marv's up there, right? Marv Levy?
So number 1 ever was an interim coach. This is fairly recent vintage. And
interim coach?
I don't think you're going to think of him as old as he is for him to be number 1. Romeo Crennel.
Okay.
Was 73.
Okay.
When he was interim for the Texans.
Okay.
George Papa Bear Hallis, 72.
Okay. And that was back when, 72 was basically equivalent to 106. Right?
There was 106 in human years at that time. Marv Levy, 72. Pete Carroll, 72. Belichick, almost 72. Then Carroll came back again. And as of this past season, he was 74. Andy Reid, 66.
Well, then there's a drop-off.
And then John Harbaugh. That's how young this league has gotten.
And I wonder, oldest of all the sports. I don't know if there's anybody been older than 74.
Well, how old is
how old was Thibodeau?
67.
60, and that was the oldest in the NBA?
Sean Payton, 62.
Wow. He's a young 62 as well.
Dan Campbell's 49.
Rick Bowness has got to be 66, 67.
coaching the Columbus Blue Jackets now, right? He's got to be deep into his 60s.
Now, this one's going to surprise you. D'Amico Ryans is 78 years old.
That would be something.
No, I'm looking right now through the whole league. Jim Harbaugh is 62.
Oh, the oldest in the history of baseball, Connie Mack, 88. Seriously.
I believe you. I mean, but by the way, I would throw Sparky Anderson out there. I found out he was 40 years old. So the Harbaughs are both in their early 60s. What's Aaron Glenn, 52? 53.
Even that feels old compared to some of the coaches that are being hired.
What's Bowles? Bowles is 62. You know, shout out to Todd Bowles. I'm sure he was saddened to find out. I don't know if you'll remember this name, Don, but although you're an NFC East guy, so you might. A former great Redskin cornerback from my childhood, Barry Wilburn.
Okay.
Passed away. You remember him?
Yeah,
Number 47.
So was he in his 60s?
He's got to be the exact same age as Todd Bowles. Almost, I would say, very similar in age to Todd.
Anthony, I know you're very busy doing a lot of other things for other shows.
Hello.
But he was 62.
How old was Muckler his last year coaching? He must have been pushing 72. So, yeah, I'm not saying that John Harbaugh is going to retire in 5 years. I'm just saying if he were to. It's not crazy to think a coach at 68 is going to retire. But he can coach into his 70 because he looks young, too. Does he look 63 years old, John Harbaugh?
No.
You look slack-jawed. What did you just read?
About Barry Wilburn's death. I assumed he just died of some sort of bad health. It says on February 6th, 4 days ago, Wilburn died in a house fire at his residence in Memphis. He was 62.
Ugh.
He was the son of Olympic great Margaret Matthews Wilburn, who was a serious Olympian back in the day. Oh, my God, who's still alive. She's 90 years old. That sucks. Don't you hate when you find out that someone passed and it was like even more tragic than you thought it would be?
Yeah, because you thought, all right, former NFL player, health deteriorates.
Yes, although corner isn't the position you expect that. You know what I mean?
No.
But at the same time, Don, he played a lot of he played his share of Canadian football. He got to be a part of the Redskins Super Bowl in '87 and won a championship. But his football run includes the Saskatchewan Roughriders,
okay,
the BC Lions, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The man truly worked the entire circuit.
Yeah, almost, pretty much.
So yeah, you look at the NFL though, coach-wise, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it really has become a super young man
super
sport.
Young. And I mentioned Rick Bowness, who's coaching the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's 71. One of, I think, 3 coaches to coach in 5 different decades.
Speaking
Scotty
of
Bowman was one.
Oh, of course. Speaking of older coaches, I got to tell you, man, it happened so quick. The other day, I don't know if you guys saw the highlight of Popovich showing up in San Antonio.
No.
So Popovich came to a game, and you can look it up on Twitter, I'm sure, and he got obviously a huge reception. But man, Don, I not to be down on it, but I don't get the sense we got a lot with Pop left, and he's 77. But he was just fine a couple of years ago, and he had that first sort of was it a stroke?
Yes.
And then after that, and now you see Pop, and it's just a really crazy thing about life because Don, since a couple of years ago, we're doing this show. He's about as sharp.
Doesn't look that. Maybe I was bracing for something worse.
Well, but you're not seeing what I saw. So what are you seeing? You're seeing him sitting at practice?
Yes.
No, he entered the game. He walked across the court. If you see it,
okay.
So I'm glad to see that you're seeing other stuff of him hanging out and he looks better. That's great to hear. Because I would love to be wrong, but what I saw when I saw him walk into the building the other day was just such a stark contrast from where he was a couple of years ago, which is just absolutely at the top of his game. But it happens quick.
All right, let's liven the conversation up.
Shall we?
1-800-919-3776. Take up until 7 o'clock, and then it's Knicks Pacers here on 880 ESPN.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Did you say someone got shot?
Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian.
An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Being placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us.
Murder at the U, coming soon.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients, from beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats. You'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now. prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Will this be in the top 5? It's Hotel California. Come on.
Give it to me. Don't leave me. Well, YouTube, we're listening to the Eagles, Hotel California.
Yes. And will it be in my top 5? Or Peter's or Allen's for that matter?
I got work to do.
Biggest rock songs ever. Top 5.
Wait,
Tomorrow,
is that
4:30.
real quick? The way you're phrasing it is top 5 what? Greatest? You just said biggest, I think.
Well, greatest rock songs of all time.
Top 5 greatest rock songs.
So that includes
everything that
big.
encompasses.
It includes influence. If you're a rock fan and you don't know one of the songs on our list, we failed. You're going to know these songs.
Well, do you even have to be a rock fan or just like a music fan?
I mean, there might be somebody that just doesn't listen to rock and roll and didn't hear these songs. It's possible.
But wouldn't
right?
you imagine it's unlikely?
You think it's possible that somebody right now in our audience never heard Hotel California? Yeah.
No. Not Hotel California. I think everybody would know.
If you're not a rock fan.
Yeah,
all right.
I know this sounds like we're arguing opposite things that you and I would argue, but no, I think you're right. I mean, I think you're wrong. I think everyone would know Hotel California.
It'd be interesting. You never know. Let's hear from Richard in Manhattan. What do you think? What's up, Richard?
Love Big Dick.
Hi, Don. Hi, Peter. Greatest boy band ever. From the Bronx, Belmont Avenue, Dion and the Belmonts. 1957, they came out with I Wonder Why. Greatest boy band ever. Fellas, I could spice up the All-Star game.
All right.
It would be fantastic, must see. Every player has to shoot with their left hand if they're righty. If they're lefty, they got to shoot with the right hand. Everything is the same. Play the game the exact same way, same players. Just play with your shot. You can dribble, you can go to the basket, but you got to throw it down with the left. You got to shoot the 3 with the left. I like it. I think I'd watch that. Fellas, what's more iconic, Yankee Stadium or Madison Square Garden?
Ooh.
Now we're having a conversation.
Now we got it. Well, listen, right now it's Madison Square Garden because it's still there. The new Yankee Stadium is not the Yankee Stadium you're talking about.
Okay.
Right? Well,
All right.
You disagree?
Yeah, no, I listen.
He just puts
Larry
it out there.
Serbiak is the best color analyst I've ever heard in all my years. He is fantastic. On the radio in that game against Denver, he brought down Bridges in the first overtime. I can see the play just listening to him. He said he shouldn't have done it. He grabbed him. There was no need to do it. The play was over. The clock was done, and he made a foolish play. He holds nothing back, Serbiak. No nonsense. You know, he's not there for joking around or anything. He is fantastic, all business, and, man, I love listening to him. You didn't have guys like him in the old days, I'll tell you that. He is that good. I got a question for you guys. Don, you may notice it's a rough question. Let's go back to 1950. So from 1950 to 2025, that's 76 years.
Mm-hmm.
Four the major sports. So you're talking 304 sports years. Has it ever happened if Indiana finishes with the worst record, Indiana Pacers, in the NBA, that a team went to the final, Stanley Cup final, Major League Baseball, World Series, lost, but the very next year had the worst record in the sport? Can you think of any? I mean, you'd have to look.
God, I know there's been champions that have missed the playoffs the next year in hockey, but to finish dead last, there has to be somebody.
First to worst.
Was there a Super Bowl team that lost and then the quarterback got injured and everything kind of fell apart and they finished dead last? It had to have happened. In the time frame that he's talking about, I'd have to look that up. Now, he brings up something interesting about Yankee Stadium at Madison Square Garden. So let's just say, for sake of argument,
You're calling it all one. Like, it's still Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
And it's MSG. All right.
Now, you have all those Yankee moments, right? But what moments do you have that are not Yankee moments? I think the Pope visited Yankee Stadium in the late 70s.
Sure.
I know there's been some concerts, although Shea got more concerts than Yankee Stadium. Paul McCartney's played Yankee Stadium. But didn't the Garden have more events? Because you got not only Rangers and Knicks, all the college basketball, right?
Well, then the outside sports.
Tennis and track and field and boxing.
Well, but you got all WrestleMania.
I think the Garden would be more iconic just because of the events, right?
The nickname, the moniker, the world's most famous arena.
Right.
It's like true. It may be a made up moniker, but it's true. Yankee Stadium is iconic for baseball fans.
Right.
I think that's all it is, really. If you care about baseball, you care about if you're a New York person. Beyond that, it's more local than MSG. MSG is more of an international thing.
Now,
Harry Styles isn't doing 30 shows at Yankee Stadium.
The new one opened in 68. That's not yesterday. That's 57 years ago.
To you and me.
So still you had the fights and the Rangers and the Knicks and St. John's and how many, just big concerts. Yeah, it would probably still be the Garden for me.
Yeah,
the
I'm
98
going,
Marlins.
I'm going MSG.
Won the World Series in 97. Worst team in baseball in 98. Because Huizinga sold everybody off. So there's your answer. Bang. Didn't even have to go that far back. And that was a champion.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
So we answered two of his questions.
What were the other? I mean, Richard, and then what was the other one about the rule changes?
And John Winthrop, our pinhead suit, text during the call. Richard should know. Management's big fan of Richard.
Listen, I think Richard's very entertaining. Even when he's bad, I think he's good.
He said, John said, great call by Richard on Dion. But are you I don't know. I don't think of boy bands when I think of boy bands.
Wait, hold on. John Winthrop?
Yeah. He's in a mood
Is he being
today.
sarcastic?
No. We had a big, extensive music conversation earlier.
Wait. He agrees that Dion and the who? Dion and the what's?
Dion and the Belmonts
are the greatest boy. You realize how I let that Don put up a hand to me. Like, don't bother. I was going to say, Richard, they surpassed the Jackson 5 to you.
Yeah.
Dion and the Beaumonts, respectfully.
I was doing all of us a favor because all you're doing is just prolonging the inevitable, right? He's not going to hear what you say, and it just makes the call.
The Jackson 5 were big.
Because when you answer his questions, he's almost dumbfounded. Like he wasn't expecting you to answer.
He
asks a question.
No idea.
And then is shocked you answer.
Doesn't think you could answer.
All of his questions are rhetorical.
That is a hilarious bit, by the way. The rhetorical man. Every question they have is rhetorical. So you try to answer.
That'd be a great SNL bit, right?
The rhetorical man. How are you? And it's like everything they say doesn't expect an answer.
Okay. That's how he's like. I answered the question. The guard's like, oh, all right.
It's almost like he's put off by us answering.
Right. It's almost like we're irrelevant to the conversation.
Yeah. Do you think that the Dion and the Beaumonts are the greatest boy band? No, Richard. I think the Jackson 5 are up. Okay.
Hey.
Shout out to Griffin and Jonathan, who we're not going to make
I'm sorry, guys.
We love you guys.
You were on hold a while, but, when you got a chance at Dick, you don't want to pass it up. We will talk to you again tomorrow at 3. Don Hunter, Rosenberg, ESPN.